Sactown Sports
Headlines.
I'm Chris Verlade with your Sactown Sports Headlines. It was announced yesterday that Kings big man Sabonis has been named to the NBA All-Star Game. Fortunately, De'Aaron Fox was not voted in by the coaches and as of right now will not play in the exhibition game. The Athletics' Shams Charania is reporting that Nets guard Kyrie Irving has requested a trade and that he would like to move before the February 9th trade deadline, or he will leave in free agency in the offseason. The Kings are back in action today against the Indiana Pacers in a battle of all-stars. Sabonis will play in Indiana for the first time since the trade against the Kings, and Tyrese Halliburton is coming off of a 26-12 game against the Lakers yesterday. You can listen to the game with game night starting at 2:30 and tip-off scheduled for 4 right here on Sactown Sports. It's 11 o'clock. You know what that means. Time for Deuce and Mo.
live from Sacramento
It's Deuce and Mo.
on Sactown Sports.
We are live! Deuce, Mason, Morgan, Reagan. It's a big Friday show. We got breaking NBA news coming in left and right. We got a lot to go over today. I'm Deuce Mason. That's Morgan Reagan. How you doing, Mo?
You already know.
Are you really taking my bit and you're going to do the, oh, that's my thing.
Wait, what part of that bit is yours?
That's literally my thing.
Wait, just saying you already know?
No! Oh. I do the extension on that stuff.
You already know. No.
Okay.
No. Yeah!
Well, we have a jam-packed Friday show. Sabonis in the All-Star game. Fox gets absolutely snubbed. We got to get you ready for a big Kings Pacers tonight. De'Aaron Fox will not be playing in that game out due to personal reasons. Sabonis' first game in Indiana since the trade, so that's a big-time deal. Tyrese Halliburton, will he play tonight? He played last night against the Lakers. And some news in the NBA that is just coming through. No surprise when it comes to Kyrie Irving. He is in the news as we approach the NBA trade deadline. And shocking, Kyrie Irving has demanded a trade. This comes off a story that was out last week from Bleacher Report's Chris Haynes saying that, you know what? He's seeking a long-term extension with the Nets. Well, not anymore. Shams was the first to break it, but Kyrie Irving has requested a trade. He wants to be traded by the deadline, and he has told the Nets he will not be re-signing with them. He will leave as a free agent in July. So, huge NBA news, and of course, Kyrie Irving. If you're an NBA team, there's just no chance you can do anything with this. I know how talented he is, but look at the waves you go through. It looks like it's going smooth. He's playing outstanding basketball.
Yeah.
An all-star. Awesome. And out of nowhere, he requests a trade today.
He's got to be the best player with the lowest value, maybe, because he is so risk-heavy. Would you say that? Could I describe him as that coming up to this trade deadline? Or is it still talent trumps all for everyone out there? For me, hell no. Stay away from Sacramento. I don't want you part of this land.
Well, breaking news. I don't think he's coming to Sacramento.
I know.
He's in the final year of his deal making $36.9 million. And naturally, you start thinking about what are some potential options. The one that has been talked about so long, the Los Angeles Lakers. Could there be a Westbrook trade involving some pieces where they part ways with Westbrook and LeBron gets his wish and he gets Kyrie Irving as a teammate yet again?
Yeah. I like that. Do it. Let's go. That's probably what it is. There's probably chatter going on behind the scenes. You know how LeBron works. If he wants his guy, he's going to get his guy. He wanted Russell Westbrook. He then doesn't want Russell Westbrook. And that's how they're going to probably change things. Great point.
So we'll see where it happens.
Okay.
Where it goes from here. We appreciate everyone joining us today. Make sure if you're in the chat, hit the thumbs up button. Make sure you're subscribed. Hitting the thumbs up, all that does is help the channel grow. We got to 400 yesterday.
I know.
I think there's a chance we get 300 today.
What?
So let's make it happen.
400.
I don't think they have it. Back-to-back 400 days.
That would be really
back-to-back 400 days.
Hey, Kyrie's asking for a trade. Sacramento has an all-star. Why not like this thing 400 times?
Yeah, exactly. Well said, Morgan.
Thank you.
Super smooth.
What?
I'm just joking. Don't
fragile. Fragile.
She is so fragile today. We're in week 2 of this, doing a whole bunch of stuff, and it's really getting to Morgan.
Oh, really? Really?
I mean, it is, right?
Yeah, no.
I was just I'm just pointing that out.
We need a therapy sponsor so I can get some free therapy and find some time to help my mental health.
Yeah, so let's get to 100 thumbs up. Morgan needs it for her mental health.
Don't
Please.
say that because that might be another job they add me to.
Good points. Good.
Hey, you know them already. How about you start taking that over?
Please.
Well, let's get to what happened yesterday, Morgan. We felt like there was a good chance. We knew Sabonis was going to get in the game, right? Sabonis was going to be an all-star.
Yeah.
The question was, do you think Fox gets in? I felt like there was a good shot he was getting in. And you go through the all-star list. They do the big theatrical thing on TNT where they got the briefcase out.
Yeah.
They're going through each one. As we got to the final two, I got pretty nervous because I'm thinking, I don't know now. I don't know if he's going to get in because you start looking at who they announced from Ja to Sabonis, SGA, Dame, Paul George. I'm like, oh no, is it going to be Anthony Davis out of nowhere? Is it going to be Kawhi, right? Is it Devin Booker? They get to Memphis again. I went, I already heard of Memphis name. Who's the other candidate? Oh, maybe it's Desmond Bane. And they pull out it. They go, Jaren Jackson Jr. Jaren Jackson Jr. gets in the game. De'Aaron Fox does not get in the game. Your first reaction to this news? You've had some time to process it. De'Aaron Fox is not an all-star. Jaren Jackson is.
It was fun reacting to this live because it was very surprising. I think my number one thing that I have to start with, there is no reason to knock down the guys that made this all-star team because these are some of the best players in the world. They have done some fantastic things. Now, what we can do is analyze, break down, criticize, right? And you're not necessarily criticizing the players. You're criticizing the people that voted them in for the criteria that maybe was at hand for them. And when you look at Jaren Jackson Jr., where the surprise come from, I go, okay, this is a guy that missed a lot of the first part of the season, right? Injuries, came into the season hurt, whatever. So help. Right there. He's been playing well, defensive player of the year candidate. But then this is where you and I started talking and you look at his minutes and he's averaging under 30 minutes per game. But this isn't because of rotation. This isn't because like Steven Adams is in there and that's why. And this is where the Grizzlies are going. No. This is because he gets in so much foul trouble because he fouls so quickly in so many different games. He also does a fantastic job with his presence in the key, blocking shots. But Deuce, really, if you can't stay on the floor like De'Aaron Fox, how are you an all-star over him?
He wasn't on my radar. You know, I'm thinking about Anthony Edwards. I'm thinking, oh, maybe, Paul George Dame, of course, gets in the way. There could be the wild card of putting in some of those star guys that we mentioned who are super talented players when on the floor. You don't have to tear down Jaren Jackson by just saying he's not an all-star.
Yeah.
And I know what people are going to say. No, he is. He had literally got in. Yeah, but when you watch Jaren Jackson this year, I don't think anyone's going, this guy is a bona fide all-star.
Boom.
And if you were conflicted, if you're going, hey, I'm choosing between Jaren Jackson and De'Aaron Fox, okay, what are the pros for Jaren Jackson? Defensive Player of the Year nominee. I grant you that. But what Morgan just said, that's what it is. The guy played 35 games. He's playing 27 minutes a night. He's on a really good team and has had an impact. But go across the board and see the fact that De'Aaron Fox has played 12 more games than him, that he's got career highs in a lot of categories, that he's helping a team be number 3 in the Western Conference when not many people saw it coming. And, oh, by the way, look at the fourth quarter.
Look at
this
that
guy in clutch time is at the top of his game. Number 1 in field goal makes and attempts. Number 1 in points. Number 1 in field goal percentage in crunch time minutes this year. That stuff shouldn't be ignored. So this is where I'm going.
Number 1.
If you're watching the league, I'm going, I don't know how you come to that conclusion.
Oh, I know.
And then the biggest thing I would say is,
what's that?
We talked about the player fan in media voting. Jaren Jackson Jr. was not in the top 10 of front court players in that voting, but out of nowhere the coaches do this. That's what I don't understand. And look, there's still a chance that Fox gets in the game, right? Zion may not play. Maybe Luka sits out. There's a chance that Silver would name De'Aaron Fox as their injury replacement. But it's disappointing because I think if you're De'Aaron Fox, you're going, all the criticism I faced over the last couple of years when I've maybe been in that conversation is like, yeah, you get stats, but you're on a bad team. Now you're more efficient. Now you're getting stats, and you still can't make the team.
Yep.
What the hell is he supposed to do?
What are you supposed to do? Like, that's the question of the day. And we're going to spend more time celebrating Domas Sabonis because I think he absolutely deserves all the celebration. But right now, it is talking about De'Aaron Fox being an all-star snub. And it's not only us talking about this in Sacramento. There's people nationally bringing it up. And what I love is that this conversation is putting even more attention on De'Aaron Fox and his game. That it's sad, but each year, Deuce, you're noticing with little budgets, little steps, that's what's going to help De'Aaron Fox get the credit he deserves on the floor from officiating, the credit he deserves from the national media, and just the credit he deserves when it comes to these awards. And I love that for him, but at the same time, everyone's just a little step behind.
Well, Charles Barkley was very surprised that De'Aaron Fox did not make the team.
So I'm surprised, Fox. I'm disappointed for Gordon because I'm more surprised by De'Aaron Fox because the Sacramento Kings had a third best record in the West. So I'm surprised, Fox. I'm disappointed for Gordon because he's been playing great. And, but I am really shocked De'Aaron Fox didn't make this thing.
He's
Not
shocked.
the only one, right?
No.
Jay Williams had some stuff to say on social.
Yo, real talk, how does De'Aaron Fox not make the All-Star game? The Kings are in third place in the Western Conference, yo, third place. I'm glad they gave Domantas Sabonis some love. I'm glad they gave Lauri Markkanen some love. But, like, what are we doing, coaches? No De'Aaron Fox? Yo, Anthony Edwards has been balling out. Damn.
I love like the disappointment in his voice. And you know what? If Jay Williams had anything else to say and we didn't love it, we'd be crushing it today.
For
But
sure.
that's what I love.
I'm a huge Jay Williams fan now.
Huge.
Give me his Duke jersey. I'm all about him now.
I'm with you.
No, but in all seriousness, it's good to see it's not just people from Sacramento complaining about like, oh, you should be an all-star. I mean, you've got Charles Barkley, you've guys on national platforms, people coming up with snub lists, and it's like, no, De'Aaron Fox is on there, and it's for a good reason. The guy's had a hell of a season this year. He had one stretch where he didn't play great coming off the bone bruise in the knee. But besides that, he has been big time for the Sacramento Kings team. He deserved to get in, and I hope if there is an injury replacement, Silver does the right thing and puts him in.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that. And I think that's something that we can talk about next, too, with the way that there's other guys that are on that fringe. But someone that we're having on today, Marc J. Spears, he had it in his Anscape piece today about some of the snubs, and he talked about De'Aaron Fox and just talking about the NBA's most surprising team with the 29-21 record and the eyes on the postseason. Fox is the biggest star entering Thursday, averaging 24.3 points. You know, he puts him up on this different level because that is where De'Aaron Fox truly is right now in this league, and he's playing at that all-star level.
All right, we got so much to get to on the show. We got to give some bonus love. Let's give Domas some love. A lot of people were criticizing the Kings when the trade happened, and this guy in his first year with the Kings, he is an all-star. We are live until 2 p.m. We got Marc J. Spears from ESPN coming up today on the show at 1 p.m. We got a Kings Roundtable with Frankie, Cartoscelli, and Chris Watkins at noon. Don't go anywhere. Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports. Hey, YouTube chat.
Hi, YouTube chat.
Hey, YouTube chat. We're close to 300 people watching us live right now. We appreciate that. The biggest thing you could do is hit the thumbs up. If we have that many people here, hit the thumbs up button. Let's get that. That should be at 150 in the next 10 minutes. What's up, Patrick? Jonathan's in the building with Eric. Eric says the Grizzlies are second in the West, so the third seed argument isn't a good one.
Hands up, hands.
I mean, so do you just pick to the two best players from the team in order? Is that how you pick it? Because I think Fox's impact on the number 3 seed has been greater than Jaren Jackson's, right? Like there's just a completely different balance to the Grizzlies and the Kings.
And I think something else that you said, yes, that's a great point, but something else that you said, one of the more surprising teams to be in that third spot.
Yeah.
Your expectations of the Grizzlies to be a number 1 or number 2 seed in the West, it's still there from what they're trailing off of last year, right? Not to say that it's easy to do that. But at the same time, you weren't expecting that from the Sacramento Kings. And it's because of the leaps that some of these players have taken, especially in De'Aaron Fox.
Steven says, most fans and media members I'm hearing says Fox is the biggest dub. Adam Silver is paying attention, hopefully. Oh, he better be. Adam, you better be paying attention. All right, stand by, guys.
Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports.
Oh, yes, Big Friday show. Deuce Mason, Morgan, Reagan, wrapping up our second week back at Sactown Sports. Will we make it through the rest of this show and maybe next week?
We'll find out.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We got a lot to
Kidding.
go over. NBA heavy today because we have all-star announcements we're talking about. Fox now making the team, going over some of the biggest snubs. Of course, we got to talk about Domantas Sabonis. And then the news that just broke literally like 4 minutes before we started the show today. Kyrie Irving has demanded a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. He wants to be traded before the trade deadline. Can the Nets actually make that happen? Where could he land? So much to get to with that. We've got Marc J. Spears coming up to talk about that and the NBA All-Star game, all the All-Stars, trade deadline stuff, Kings basketball. That's coming up at 1 p.m. Morgan Reagan.
Yeah.
Gotta give some love to Domantas Sabonis.
Oh, it's that time.
Because I know it's like, yeah, we spend so much, we led with the snub.
Yeah.
But let's give love to this guy who.
Everybody clap your hands.
Big time stuff. Sabonis this year has played at an all-NBA level. And I think we all knew he was good. I mean, this is the third all-star appearance for Domantas Sabonis. But when that trade happened, the reaction was insane, one. But two, I think some people are like, yeah, but is he going to be an all-star again? Is he going to be able to get there again?
They did say it just like that, too.
This guy busted his ass over the offseason.
Mm-hmm.
This guy worked on his game. He's working with lethal shooter, and what do you know? He's shooting 36% from three. He's got the most double-doubles in the NBA. He's third in triple-doubles this year. He has been huge in changing the culture in Sacramento, and it just goes to show you that this looks like a really big-time acquisition by the Kings that helped foster significant change, and here they are, playing the best basketball that they've played in 16 years.
And it feels so good. Not only to obviously have an all-star on this team. Like, he is defined as an all-star this year, not just because he was voted in as an all-star reserve, but like with the way that he is playing, you don't even question his all-star ability this year. And truly, what he has done for this Kings squad on both ends of the floor, Deuce, that's what I love about this. We're not just talking about him getting big numbers and they're losing, getting big numbers, but they're okay. Getting big numbers, translating into wins, changing the identity of the Kings and how they play on the offensive end and on the defensive end.
Straight leader, too.
Leader.
This guy's holding his teammates accountable. He's going to get on guys. He's going to love on them, too.
Yeah.
He's going to get on you. If you mess some stuff up, he's going to make sure you hear about it. And I think the Kings do that. I also think he's just made Fox better. I think just having him on the team obviously makes Fox better.
Mm-hmm.
But he's made Fox more of a leader, too. All of a sudden, you see more guys talking and being vocal out there. And I think that's been huge for Sacramento.
Yeah. And we talk about all the things that can be contagious and what's important to start at the top and trickle on down. You see Mike Brown bringing leadership and accountability, and what it's done to some of these players, they respond to that. But then there's players who also, in addition, have that ability to lead and to spread that same sort of accountability. And when you have that with one another on the floor, that trust, that respect, just amazing, beautiful things can happen with that type of chemistry. And that goes for not just sports. That goes for anything in life when you have that with someone.
You care if I get petty for a sec?
Right now? Wait, we only celebrated for like 3 minutes.
Please.
Oh, God,
Please.
Chris.
You wanna celebrate? I mean, I think part of the celebration is being petty, right?
Absolutely.
I think when something good happens, it's fun to kind of rub it in, right?
No, that's That's not my style, but please proceed, Deuce. I would love to hear what you got.
I just want to go a trip down memory lane. The reaction from the NBA world, from JJ Redick, from Bill Simmons, from Jacoby and Jalen Rose when that trade went down.
Sabonis on the Kings, I just don't understand.
This is some form of malpractice on the Kings' part. This is some form of malpractice.
I'm so proud of you.
De'Aaron Fox can't shoot. Sabonis can't shoot. So you're building a team around two non-shooters with a bunch of non-shooters. Make it make sense, Zach. Make it make sense.
This is NBA basketball malpractice. I do not understand why the Kings would trade Halliburton and Buddy Hield. Don't forget that, and Buddy Hield for Sabonis. I'm being dead serious about this. Should the league have stepped in? I'm being dead serious. You're the Kings. What are you trying to do? You're trying to get up to the 10th spot to lose in the play-in? It's like, is that the goal? Is that the plan?
Oh, okay. Question. Did you take time to put that together?
Oh, yeah, I put this together.
Ultimate
I had
pettiness.
this ready to go in my back pocket for this moment because we had people who make a lot of money in this business, people who cover this league
True.
at a high level
True.
on TV, on podcasts,
Millions.
on social media saying
And millions.
it's malpractice. Jacoby had the testicular fortitude to literally say, should the NBA, should the league, should Adam Silver step in and investigate this trade? And here we are, less than a year later. Sabonis and the Kings are number 3 in the West. By the way, just 2 games behind the Memphis Grizzlies for the number 2 spot after last night. And he is an all-star.
Dude,
Jabroni.
I love that. Deuce, this moment was meant for you.
Thank you.
1. 2, it is pretty ridiculous when you put it in that perspective. These people getting paid millions with these big platforms with that narrative. That's when it's irresponsible.
Yeah.
And here's my problem. I am fine with you having your strong opinion if you really believe that, but no, none of those people really believe that. They want to just crap a little bit harder on the Sacramento Kings, and the next person was, I'm going to do that too. That got the clicks? Yeah, I'm going to do that too because this isn't going to work.
It was the easy thing to do.
The easy thing.
We should also give love. Tyrese Halliburton, an all-star.
Dude, that guy, you deserve it. I'm so happy for him.
No, I am, because he's a great person. And I think that's, if you're Indiana right now, you were super excited to trade for this guy.
Yeah.
You felt like he could be the piece moving forward, being your franchise guy. I don't know that they thought he was going to be an all-star in his first full year. I think most people thought the Pacers were going to be a terrible team. Pacers have been really good when he's played. He got hurt, missed 10 games. They went 1-9 without him. He did return last night, and they lost to the Lakers late, 112-111. He is officially listed as questionable for tonight's game against the Sacramento Kings.
I was waiting for that. And now he's questionable. Second night of a back-to-back. Just came back after missing 10 games. So if he doesn't play, I completely understand it. But he's the type of guy with the type of mentality that's like, I'll fight through this. It was a knee contusion, I believe, what had him out.
He had an elbow thing, a knee.
Yeah.
He was banged up.
Yeah, so just, little injury, health problems everywhere, but I'm sure he wants to play against the Sacramento Kings tonight.
Congratulations to Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh.
I would say,
no.
not you, Pacers fans.
Oh.
I'm not congratulating you, Pacers fans.
Oh.
I actually have a source in Indianapolis, and
Mhm.
I was talking about the Tyrese Halliburton going to the All-Star,
Yeah.
and the person said, and I quote, "This means nothing to me." That's from the ground in Indianapolis. So
What?
Who were you talking to?
show some love, Pacers fans.
Wow.
Just absolutely terrible.
Well, I it's funny. I turned their game on last night watching. I thought the game was in Los Angeles. I did. I was like, this atmosphere is crazy. There's all these Lakers jerseys. And I was like, oh my, the game's in Indiana. I was a little surprised.
You're just rubbing it in.
I thought they
now.
were playing at a neutral
You're
side, maybe in
rubbing it
LA.
in.
I didn't know that was a special thing. I didn't know what was happening.
You're mean.
They're
You're
getting
mean.
ready for Colt season.
Oh my! All of you. You guys are so mean.
Man.
And what's so sad? You're not wrong.
Hey, we want you guys to hit us up too. If you have thoughts on De'Aaron Fox being snubbed, Sabonis getting in, and a ton of NBA topics to get to. Kyrie Irving requests a trade. Dylan Brooks, the dirtiest player in the game last night.
Ooh.
I cannot believe what he did to Donovan Mitchell. Ugh, we got so much to get to. It's Deuce and Mo right here on Sactown Sports. Oh, YouTube chat. Test. Hey, okay, we're at 133.
Oh, hell yeah.
We're falling short today. It's not happening. I need 150. Let's get to 150. All it does, by the way, when you hit the thumbs up, is it helps the channel grow. So make sure to do that every time you're here.
On a Friday.
Patrick says Halliburton scores less, rebounds less, and averages less assists than Harden. Hey, I watch enough basketball this year. I'm sorry. I'm putting Halliburton in over Harden. Harden has had his moments, but he's had some really tough ones too.
Oh my God, James Harden. The disrespect.
Light says Fox was snubbed when the Kings were a low seed and he averaged 25 and 7. Now the Kings are top 3 in the West and still snubbed. Yeah, that's the frustration, I feel like, for sure. What's up, JV? What's up, Luke? Let's give some love to people watching us live. Morgan, Mitch is in the house.
Dude, what's up, you guys?
Hey, what's up, JJ Sub?
JJ Sub?
Yeah, say what's up to JJ Sub.
What's up, JJ Sub?
Peyton's in the building. Brian, what is up?
Paul says, I've never been a Dylan Brooks fan.
I need to find who is a Dylan Brooks fan outside of Memphis or Oregon.
Can I be honest, though? You were lightweight for a second in the beginning of Dylan Brooks. Like, I'm down with that guy. And then he just never
I'm down. I said the quote was I'm down with that
I forget
guy.
what postseason it was. I think it could have been last season. Might have been the season before. Yeah, is that where it'd be? Whatever. Either way, you're like, you know what? I actually like him. You like the way that he was getting into guys' heads. But now he's taken far too many steps in the other direction where it's like, oh, you could use it to benefit you in your game, but instead now you're just plain old dirty.
Thomas in the chat, by the way, says Halliburton over Brunson, though. I mean, I think both should have made it. Morgan tapped it because I didn't acknowledge the Dylan Brooks thing. I was just saving it, dude. I was just gonna saving it. Why did that frustrate you? You gave me a frustrated teammate hit on the table. You did.
It was.
If I did that, you would be on me crying for texting me about it. You would be. Truth or trash?
Oh,
truth or trash?
Oh,
truth or trash?
You want to talk about that, huh? You want to talk about that?
I said truth or trash.
Deuce is making jokes that I've had mental breakdowns in the last 2 weeks because it's just there's certain things going on, and I'm okay. If anyone actually cares, I'm okay. I'm okay. Because Chris, do you care? Do you care? Got to get one person on board.
I do care.
I was just, during the breaks, I just like to try to acknowledge the chat a little bit. That's all I was doing. I was just giving some love to some people. That's all. I didn't mean to cut off your thought about Dylan Brooks. I was like, we're going to talk about Brooks anyway.
You were fine.
You gave me here's Morgan. I started talking about Halliburton Brunson. She goes and walked away.
I just
she walked away.
Acknowledge me. I got my water. I need a massage, man.
Okay, Eric, I don't know if you're serious, if you're outside. Fox deserved it, but his case was unique. He only deserves it because of how he plays in the fourth quarter. Yeah, because the rest of the game, not good. Not good, right? No, his fourth quarters have been awesome, but he's been good. You've looked at the numbers, right? You've watched him play this year.
He doesn't get into the fourth quarter, right?
He's a closer. Yeah, he's just a closer. He's literally just go, hey, time to bring in the closer, De'Aaron Fox. AVP says, how dope would it be to get a Kings trade over the live stream? That'd be pretty insane.
You guys.
Also, yeah, going back to Halliburton Brunson thing, I think both guys deserve to get in. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also think there's a misconception that like if a front court player gets in ahead of a backcourt player, that means it's like no, you get 3 front court, 2 backcourt, and then 2 wild cards like that can play any position, backcourt or front court, as part of the reserves.
I haven't really. I know Julius Randle has been playing well as of late. 53 games. You look at his 3-point percentage from last year to this year too, going up to 34%. I mean, that's after having that year where he was shooting 40% from beyond the arc, and then last year was just like a mess. Almost 25 points a game.
Mike, I love Fox, but he's inconsistent. He's averaging 25 a game.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
I'm Chris Verlad with your Sactown Sports headlines. It was announced yesterday that Kings big man Domantas Sabonis has been named the NBA All-Star game. Unfortunately, De'Aaron Fox was not voted in by the coaches, and as of right now, he will not play in the exhibition. The Athletics' Shams Charania is reporting that Nets guard Kyrie Irving has requested a trade and that he would like to move before the February 9th trade deadline, or he will leave in free agency in the offseason. Kings are back in action today against the Indiana Pacers in a battle of all-stars. Sabonis will play in Indiana for the first time since his trade against the Kings, his trade to the Kings, and Tyrese Halliburton is coming off of a 26-12 game against the Lakers yesterday. Fortunately, Kings will be without De'Aaron Fox, who is out for personal reasons. You can listen to the game started with game night at 2:30 and tip-off scheduled for 4 right here on Sactown Sports. It is 11:30. This time check is brought to you by West Coast Men's Health Acoustic Wave Therapy. Now more of Deuce and Mo.
It's Deuce and Mo.
Deuce and Mo.
Sactown Sports.
Oh, yes. Juice Mason, Morgan Reagan. Talking a lot today about the NBA because a lot of eyes on Sacramento after Sabonis gets the All-Star nod. De'Aaron Fox does not. Kings take on the Pacers tonight. Sabonis' first game in Indiana, taking on his former team where he spent 5 years there. Will Halliburton play? We don't know. He's questionable. De'Aaron Fox not playing tonight, out due to personal reasons. So you got to think Davion Mitchell gets the start. What can he do tonight? Also, Kyrie Irving has demanded a trade.
Demanded.
By the deadline.
Yeah.
Shams Charania saying just moments ago that the Lakers are being active in the trade market. Is Westbrook and 2 first-round picks enough to go get something big? Could it be Kyrie Irving going to the Lakers? That could be an interesting scenario.
I'm going to say yes, that's big enough. And the only...
There's an additional salary that would have to be in there.
Okay. And so put that in there. And the only reason why I say yes, that's big enough, I just think now you add Kyrie Irving to your roster, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get baller status on the court when playing, when things are good, but you're also going to get someone who likes the drama. You love drama. Thanks, Chris.
Oh,
wasn't even ready for my drama.
I mean, in all fairness, you're passing the ball. He wasn't looking. Okay. Okay. I don't even know what to say anymore with you. Last night in the NBA was insane, too. We saw a lot of drama, including between Cleveland and Memphis. Dylan Brooks, Donovan Mitchell get into it.
Here's Brooks into the lane. Shot blocked by Mobley. Holy Mobley. Whoa, and now we've got Donovan Mitchell and Dylan Brooks going at it.
Yeah, he kicked
We've got fisticuffs down here to our left underneath the basket.
We got fisticuffs.
Oh, he kicked him.
Watching the replay,
Uh-huh.
dirty ass Dylan Brooks
Ooh.
DADD.
hitting Donovan Mitchell downstairs.
Why can't we just say it? You know? No, I'm kidding.
We probably can't now
I'm-
here.
Yeah, you're probably right. Dude, when I first saw that, I was like, oh, did he just roll on his ankles? You know, like, why did Donovan Mitchell get so mad?
Yeah.
Nope.
What I just don't get is like, what's your problem, Dylan Brooks? Like, it's one thing to be physical, play with an edge,
Sure.
and then there's just another level of it. And hitting someone in the balls is not cool.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't think there's many things more painful than that.
I haven't had a child, but people have said childbirth.
Yeah, I didn't say it wasn't. I'm just saying there's not many more things. I don't know. Yeah, I believe that
I'm like
for sure.
getting mauled by a bear.
Yeah, obviously. All I know is it hurts. And it's not cool. You don't need to do that. Why are you doing that on the basketball court? Why?
Yeah.
And then you're trying to be sly about it. Donovan Mitchell went after him after the game.
Yeah, for sure. That's just who he is. You know, we've seen it a bunch in this league with him. Him and I have had our personal battles for years. Quite frankly, I've been busting his ass for years. Playoffs, regular season. On the one game, he does a high job on me today. He decides to do something like that, and there's no place in that in the game. And you got to protect yourself at the end of the day. But this has been brewing for years with me, with other guys in the league, and you all see it. It's not something that this isn't new. Tonight was just the end of it, but it's tough when you can't guard somebody and can't do something with somebody. You got to resort to that, and that's what he's done to a lot of players. Off the top of my head, I think it's like Dame and Steph. It's just one of those things. That's what you resort to, and that's cool. But the line has to be drawn, and the NBA has to do something about it. Because, like I said, I'm not the only person this has happened to. There's no place for that in this game, and like I said, I took matters into my own hands. But at the end of the day, it ain't it.
He's exactly right. This guy has been dirty forever.
Okay.
There's a theme. When you get into it with so many people,
yeah,
there's a common theme. It's who you are. It's what you do when you're not very good at something on the basketball floor.
Pat Beverly.
Pat Bev. Dillon Brooks. And obviously they're NBA players. Dillon Brooks has some talent.
Yeah.
But when you're known for just being the guy that just dirty stuff all the time,
it's not
the
the
league needs
reputation.
to come down on him. Get him out. We don't need you in the game. We saw it last year with the Golden State Warriors, right? In the playoffs. We see it last night with him and Donovan Mitchell. He gets into it with everyone, and it's not getting into it because he's playing some lockdown defense. He's playing physical. No, he's being dirty.
It's not a good reputation to have, not only with your peers, with coaches. You want to make sure that you're known for respecting the game. And I also think there's some value to having a player like that can get up and guys and stuff, but you have to know where the line is. I would say drawing the line would be, not hitting someone in the balls, but that's just me. I would also say not pushing someone when they're going full speed momentum down the court for a layup. It's all just very disrespectful to the game. And I think when you're good enough to make it into the NBA, you shouldn't have to go to those things. But when you see guys do that, you go, oh, you're making up for whatever you're lacking right now.
Exactly.
You are nothing but garbage. Yeah.
Garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just irritating. He's irritating. Honestly, I think he's hurt Memphis a lot at times.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why I think they may be trying to make a bigger move at the deadline. Maybe he's a part of it. We'll find out. The NBA trade deadline is fast approaching. Kyrie Irving could be on the move too. We could talk about that. Let's kick things off today with Tim. Hi, Tim.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the airwaves of Sacramento.
Thanks, Tim.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I used to call you guys all the time when the Kings were going through that transition. I hated Seattle back then, and you guys helped me through that. A lot of you guys did. Anyway, I just wanted to call because I'm very excited. I'm just a regular Kings fan who lives and dies by this team. And I'm thrilled to be a Kings fan. Right now with everything that's happening, Sabonis is an all-star. The country's kind of recognizing that they shouldn't be picking on us too much right now. That's one thing that I really hate a lot is how the country just kind of disrespects us and everything. I love the beam, and I'm just loving the team. I love the way they battle.
Hell
I love
yeah.
you guys. I don't really have anything else to say. I'm glad you guys are on, and thanks for everything back in the day. That was awful when we were going to lose our team. That was terrible.
Yeah, that's 10 years ago now. Almost. That's crazy to think about. Tim, appreciate the love, man. Thanks for the support.
being around, Tim.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
My favorite thing that he said, the country giving him the love and the respect that he deserves.
You're damn right. If you're in the YouTube chat, we are closing in on 200 thumbs up. Let's get that number to 200. Let's hit the thumbs up button to help the channel grow so more people know we got live and local on this channel from 6 a to 6 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday. Let's squeeze in one more. Let's check in with, is it Ja? Hello?
John, not Ja.
What's your name?
Hello?
John. Sorry, what's up, John? I'm going to call you Ja, though. What's up, John?
I'll take it. I'll give you some street cred. Yeah, man, I'll just preface by saying I never call on radio shows, but I felt so compelled to because Jaren Jackson Jr.?
Ooh.
What? Guys, 16 and 6. 16 and 6. Okay. 16 and 7. 6.7. I'll round up. Pathetic. Pathetic. Goodbye.
All right, that was it. In and out. Yeah, I mean, I guess those numbers don't pop at you as all-star numbers. Duh.
Yeah.
To give some credit to Jaren Jackson Jr., he is a prime candidate for Defensive Player of the Year, but he shouldn't be ahead of De'Aaron Fox in the all-star conversation.
Absolutely
so,
not.
of course, a lot of people want to talk about that. We'll continue to talk about that. We always stay live on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. It's Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports.
Look at that number.
Oh, we got the 200, baby.
Sound
Yeah, Brian, that's what I said. Defensive Player of the Year candidate for sure. But I don't think he's ahead of Fox. PG over Fox also. Yeah, Paul George is borderline to me just because some games missed, but he's had a good year too. I think Fox could have gotten in, obviously, with Paul George still being on the team and Dame Lillard still being on the team. I had Ant on my reserves list.
Sure.
He didn't make the team. So.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Marc Spears did a piece on. He talked to Ant a little bit about that too. He put that piece out, I think last night too. And just talking about how it's a goal to be in an all-star. But Ant said, but I think for me and my family, we talk about it all the time, we just want to go back to the playoffs. And I love that being his mindset. I love that being his goal. But when you're someone like De'Aaron Fox, you don't even get to say that right now. And that's why it's like, I want to be an all-star.
Yeah.
Because one, I want it on my resume. Two, there's not going to be many times that you get this opportunity with this amount of talent in the league. I don't know. When you're that close, it's just really tough. Fox probably doesn't even like Utah. You're probably right.
Someone in the chat brings up something interesting. If you're like Chauncey Billups, do you vote for Jaren Jackson Jr. instead of Fox so Fox doesn't like block Lillard from making the team? I don't know. Do they put that much thought into it? It's possible.
Didn't you say something that Sabonis should just be hurt so then...
Yeah. Sabonis, I can't play my thumb, and then Fox gets in.
Yeah.
But then it backfires, and they put like 80 in.
Yeah. Oh, God.
We do have a Kings Roundtable coming up at noon, by the way. We got Frankie, Cartoscelli, Chris Watkins. They're going to be in studio with us. We'll talk Kings, trade deadline. We'll talk to you guys, too. If you guys do want to ever hit us up, you can do it at 1-800-920-1140 or 916-339-1140. We could talk to people, too. Of course, we talked to you in the chat. Adrian says, isn't Zion coming back before All-Star? There's a chance, but it's also like, do you think he's going to want to get out there and play in the game? Especially off a hamstring. You got to be careful with those things.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Wasn't he cleared to start running again, like just recently? So,
yeah. It's going to be a minute. Man, the Pelicans, it's 10 in a row now.
10 in a row. Kings' next opponent.
That's dangerous.
Well, and Kings are playing another team. It'll be their second night of a back-to-back.
Kings haven't really taken advantage of that this year against teams on back-to-backs at all.
No, if anything, the teams on the second night of the back-to-back like step up to a different level.
Matthew says Sabonis is a beast for playing injured. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, definite beast.
Man, so the Kyrie stuff is taking over ESPN today, huh?
I love it.
It's just,
you love drama.
It's just so weird.
Why?
It never stops with that guy.
No,
man.
But this is exactly it. And it's the people that are like, man, but what can he get you? You guys, an entire season needs to be played. It's a team sport. It matters who your teammates are.
On youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140 or listen for free on the Sactown Sports app.
Oh yeah, the YouTube chat is popping today. Appreciate everyone watching us there and listening to us wherever you are in your car. 1140 AM 96.1-HD. or wait, 96.1-HD? No, 96.1-2 on the HD feed. Of course, the Sactown Sports app. If you're in the YouTube chat, make sure to hit the thumbs up. It just helps our channel grow. Make sure to check us out at youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. Coming up in just a bit, we're going to be having a little Kings Roundtable.
Yeah.
Chris Watkins, Frankie Cartoscelli in studio with us to talk some Kings basketball. Frankie Castorelli, as Morgan once said.
I'll never get it wrong again.
Yeah, it's going to mess me up.
Cartoscelli.
Frankie Cartoscelli in studio with us. They do a great job covering the Kings. And so we'll talk about All-Star, Sabonis getting in, Fox not getting in, trade deadline, some of the drama in the NBA, like Kyrie Irving today. Yes, today, requesting a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. He wants to be moved by the trade deadline. How likely is that? I don't know, man. I feel like maybe the Lakers are going to pull something off here and land Kyrie Irving.
That's what I want. When I say that's what I want to see, I want to see it because I think it's fun. I think there's fireworks. I think there's drama when it comes to it, right? Especially if it includes Russell Westbrook. I don't like that it will probably make the Lakers better because obviously they're in the Western Conference. It just means more competition for the Sacramento Kings. But for the NBA, it's just a fun little storyline. Russ back with KD in the Nets.
Yeah, but can you put a... Can Westbrook and Simmons play together? Imagine the spacing on the floor with that group. I don't even know. I can't even imagine it. But the reality is, like, Kyrie Irving is just such a talented player. I love his game. I love his actual game.
Magician on the floor.
His handles, the shot making. Woo. It's magical at times. But then you just have stories like this, and it's just like, when does it end? Like, and this is part of the problem. Like, you have to be smart when you build a team, and when you just like you try to build these super teams and you just assume it's going to work. It's not always that easy. There's so much at play. You got egos, you have different personalities. And the Nets, I mean, think about the drama that they've had. There was uncertainty about Kyrie wanting to be there, then he's all in, and then the whole vaccination thing, then KD doesn't want to be there, he wants to be traded, he starts the season, they fire Steve Nash, then it seemed like, oh, vibes are better, Jacques Vaughn is there, right? Oh wow, he's really turned things around. Kyrie's playing great basketball. KD's awesome before he gets injured. You're wondering if the Nets could be a legit threat. And now all of a sudden we get less than a week before the trade deadline. This guy is demanding a trade.
Just because you're not hearing things all the time doesn't mean that there's something always going on with Kyrie Irving. And I think that's the bottom line with this guy. And that's the bottom line. And I say that, Deuce, when we talk about how this is a team sport and when teams are looking to construct their roster, they have to seriously look at that. Especially if you are a young team that's trying to develop the right way. Why would you want your team to be led by that? Especially if you're a team looking to take the next step, to take a leap. Sure, he can add toward the end of a season, possibly, but at the same time, you're just taking a risk that he might be gone because he says something wrong.
And he's going to be a free agent after this year. So if you're say the Lakers do trade for him, are you comfortable keeping him long term?
Yeah.
Like, can anybody out there trust Kyrie Irving on a long term deal? Because it just seems like a matter of time before he's like, I'm not happy, or I've got something else going on. That's the challenge. No one questions the guy's talent. And I feel like as long as he kind of wants to play, there's going to be some team that wants him on their team thinking like, hey, maybe this is the time it completely works. But long-term may not be a good thing.
Wait, when's his contract?
He's a free agent after this year.
Yeah. So I guess in some ways that is a good thing. If you're a team and you're like, hey, let's take this on and then be done and go a different direction, we get off of Russell Westbrook's contract as well.
Yeah, but I mean, again, why do you want to sign Kyrie long-term based on how he has gone about things in his career?
And I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. Maybe you're just using him as a push for your postseason, and then and
then that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, and then you let another team jump on it.
Yeah, and I just don't understand the timing of this too, because from Kyrie, it's like, okay, even if you didn't like the extension that the Nets were presenting, even if you didn't feel like it was legit or whatever, dude, just become a free agent. Why are you going to blow things up now? It's like, and I know some people are like, well, who cares? It's just a team. It's like, no, but you have teammates. And if you care about those guys in the locker room and you feel like you have a chance to win this year, Go win a championship this year, Kyrie. Do what you have to do to win a championship this year and prove that, hey, you could be a team guy, and then go into free agency and go get your big deal. Now he's like, oh, you're not going to give me the extension I want? I'm out, and wants to blow things up. No thanks.
Thank you. He's one of the most selfish players that we've seen in the NBA. And I think a lot of people want to just dump on him, but truly not, I don't want to say not a great person, but with everything that's been happening with him, and a lot of people want to give him the excuse like, oh, but he just wants to be different. Great, go be different. But if it's going to damage your other people's reputations, or if it's going to damage a team or a place that you work in, like, why do you not give a damn about anyone that you are around? You are selfish, and you're never going to make it to the next level with so many different things.
We're going to talk more about the demanded trade by Kyrie Irving. We got Marc J. Spears from ESPN. He's going to be live with us in the 1 o'clock hour. We're going to talk to him about that, and of course about the All-Star snubs. Fox does not get in. Jaren Jackson Jr. gets in over Fox. Sabonis gets in for the Kings. So that's good. Their first All-Star since 2016-17. We also have a Kings Roundtable coming up at noon. Let's check in next with Cody. What's up, Cody?
Deuce and Mo, how's it going?
We are so good. How are you?
Well, first of all, congrats on this awesome opportunity. You guys have worked hard for it, and you've definitely earned it. So congrats to you guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. And don't stop doing that night chat, okay? We need that. We need to keep going with that.
Night chat lives on forever. Even if we run ourselves to the ground and have a mental breakdown, we will have night chats, yes.
Absolutely. Great. Well, I wanted to talk about the Kyrie Irving situation. I also, if it's okay with you, wanted to talk about Coach of the Year stuff, but let's talk about Kyrie first, if that's cool.
Yeah.
You guys kind of already brought it up, but isn't the Lakers kind of like the only option? Because Kyrie's not necessarily a wanted commodity. Yes, he's a great player, but again, you guys already listed all of the flags around him, and the Lakers are the only team that have a package that they could build for him. And also they have a player that wants him, and LeBron said that he would like to play with Kyrie again.
Yeah. And there's a motivation to do something big, right? And that would be significant. And they're trying to win a championship, trying to capitalize off these LeBron years. Man, I mean, I think on paper, you'd see it on SportsCenter when it happened. Oh, super team with AD, LeBron, and Kyrie. Do you trust it? I don't know. That's the big question, but I feel like that's the only path.
It's got to be. I mean, I feel like the amount of salary that's on the table, and then nobody wants to trade for a 3-month rental, and Kyrie could just go somewhere else.
Yep.
So I don't get it. I mean, I feel like the Brooklyn Nets roster is also great. Like, it's, Seth Curry's no scrub, Sacramento Kings legend right there.
Yes.
Kevin Durant and Nick Claxton, Patty, Joe, Markieff Morris, Royce. And I feel like he's surrounded by great players. To your guys' point, does he not care about playing with, good people around him?
Yeah,
he cares about himself.
That's it. You can tell his love for the game is just different than others. Even if he tells you, "I love basketball," well, you just love like the individual part of it, like playing well out there. And I don't think he understands the team concept really. And he's just an interesting human being.
And also, like, if I am the Nets, find the trade for him.
Yeah.
Don't try to make this work. Like Sean Marks. Get rid of the guy, right? Like, because I think there is something to the fact, there's something to what you just mentioned. They do have talent on that team. And when you've got Kevin Durant, Claxton's playing awesome this year, right? Simmons is, not been great this year.
Right.
But I think they could rally together, and depending on what they get for Kyrie Irving, I know someone in the chat says, hey, look out for Dallas. Maybe they get in on the action too. That'd be hilarious. But just get rid of him, because I think just getting him away now, all these distractions out, could just help the team.
100%. Yeah, Kyrie is such an interesting topic to talk about. But before I left off, I would love to talk with you guys about kind of a different topic, but the Coach of the Year discussion. Is that all right to talk to you guys about that?
Throw it at us.
It's not much of a discussion.
Well, the thing that's funny though is a couple days ago, The Athletic released, an article I don't know if you guys have touched on this before, but in the title, it talks about Joe Mazzulla, Doc Rivers, and Jacques Vaughn with no mention of Mike Brown in the title at all.
Yeah, that's insane. I mean,
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think that's insane. If Mike Brown's not on your list of candidates, to me, Missoula's got to be up there. Taking over that situation, that could have been an absolute train wreck when you take over like a day before training camp, championship team, and they haven't really missed a beat, right? Maureen?
No, it's amazing. Absolutely understandable why he's right there. But when you look at Mike Brown and his presence, and not only just from the inside, people talking about it in Sacramento, you have players talking about it. You have other coaches on the outside talking about it. It's do better. Make sure you're doing your homework and understand what the Kings wouldn't be without Mike Brown here.
I totally agree with the Mike Brown view. I really struggle with all three of those suggestions with, Joe Mazzulla, Doc Rivers, and Jacques Vaughn. And I get the point that you brought up, Deuce, of just like, it's a hard situation to come in, but it's not like he was coming into a bunch of scrubs. He came into a situation where there's a lot of really hard workers and people that just want to win. And, same thing with Jacques. Jacques didn't enter into a friendly situation. It was definitely a hard situation, but he's also got Kevin Durant on his team, as well as several other really talented players. And then I have no idea why Doc Rivers isn't there.
Yeah. Well, we're up against it. We got a break coming up, but I appreciate you checking in.
Yeah,
dude.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, there's
Bye.
Cody checking in. Yeah, that's interesting. We can talk some more Coach of the Year stuff, too. We got a Kings Roundtable coming up at noon. Chris Watkins, Frankie Cartoscelli join us in studio. We got to talk about Fox not getting in, Sabonis getting in, the rest of the All-Stars. We got NBA trade deadline quickly approaching with Kyrie Irving dropping a bomb on the NBA and the Nets today. And Marc J. Spears from ESPN joins us at 1. You do not want to miss it. It's Deuce and Mo. It's Sactown Sports. YouTube chat. Hey, let's get to can we close the gap here? Let's get to 275 thumbs up, YouTube chat. All it does is help our channel grow. That's all it does. It gets more eyeballs on the channel so we can grow this community. So we appreciate you guys being here.
I'm gonna try.
Oh, you gotta get your good side. Is that kind of the thing? Yeah. All right, I'll be right back. Up to Tinkle, guys. They're getting set up for.
Yeah, I want you guys there. I'm gonna try and do this camera on you guys. Okay. Chris, thank you so much. Okay.
Chris, you said keep it on auditions.
Yeah.
Talk to me, baby.
And I have what? This camera?
I
have no idea.
Back of my
head.
The problem is Frankie's head in the camera.
Hey!
Oh, yeah.
Get
Okay.
your head out the camera.
Get your head out. Let's try it this way. No, Frankie, keep going.
Oh, jeez.
And then,
How far can you go?
yeah, right there. Hold
Should
on.
we get together?
Oh wait.
Oh,
I'll do
schmack.
that.
Nope. You did.
And then all I can do is zoom in, and maybe even I can have Deuce.
Have fun.
So annoying.
Wait, did this work?
Oh, and are we? I'm like.
Yeah, you gotta change it. You gotta.
There we go. Why don't we do it like
So
that?
there's program. No.
I love having Frankie right there. That's great. You're
What?
like, no, it's working.
Is it working?
Well, maybe. Deuce, let's
Oh, God,
get
now I
you.
feel
Let's
like
see.
Do you have it? What do you have it
I
on?
have it in audition. Yeah.
You're not hearing anything?
No, I can.
Okay, yeah. Put it on audition. Yeah.
What should I be on?
Hey, YouTube people. I know. We gotta take down the Bagley jersey at some point. It's just so disrespectful to us.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Brian says too much attractiveness for one camera.
I don't think Deuce is why we got two.
Ian, you guys should get one of those old school on-air lights for your background. There is actually
Yeah,
one
there's a
that's
couple.
outside. Yeah.
I don't think Deuce is in the camera.
I'll be here soon, guys. So what do you want me to do?
Probably come closer to me. No, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, go that way.
Morgan positioning me.
Rory, the problem is Frankie's 6'4". That's right.
Facts.
People don't know that about me.
Kevy, are you all going to talk about the Bill Simmons trade proposals? Fun podcast, but some are ridiculous. I've not listened to that podcast yet. I did see someone tweet out about like a Kings possible trade that Simmons proposed, but make sure to hit the thumbs up button. We should get 275 before we come back here. Let's do it. 275. Let's get there. 264.
I just added one.
Good.
Boom. Let's see.
I mean, I'd love back-to-back. 400 days doesn't seem likely, but. Let's turn that ad down. Morgan, I commend you for working so hard on this.
I appreciate it.
I'm still not in the shot, though, right?
We're trying to get you in there, Deuce.
Well, I can squeeze over.
I know, but then you might be in the shot to Frankie.
Oh, because that's the camera right here.
Right.
If Deuce scoots over. Yeah, come over this way. Come over here, kid.
Well, he's gonna.
Over.
That's the camera, no?
Yeah.
That's the camera.
Let's. Oh yeah. Just stay there, Deuce.
Is he in it?
Struggle.
You're just gonna zoom out a little bit more, you think?
Yeah.
All right.
Nobody talk to me.
We're gonna figure it out at some point.
Yeah.
We'll
get it down.
We're gonna find the right.
Nobody talk to me.
Well, we need the camera like right there.
I put a poll question up. If Silver has to pick an injury replacement, is what I meant to type. I put repulsement. Will Fox get in? Yes, he has to. I think it goes to AD. Anthony Edwards gets in. 78% of the people who have voted so far say yes, he has to be the injury replacement.
Ooh.
Does it matter positionally?
No, it does not. Not for.
So
I mean, maybe it matters for Silver, but stand by.
I'll have to speak up.
Sactown Sports
Headlines.
I'm Christopher Lott with your Sactown Sports Headlines. It was announced yesterday that Kings big man Domantas Sabonis has been named to the NBA All-Star Game. Unfortunately, De'Aaron Fox was not voted in by the coaches and as of right now will not play in the exhibition. The Athletics' Shams Charania is reporting that Nets guard Kyrie Irving has requested a trade and that he would like to move before the February 9th trade deadline or he will leave free agency this offseason. Kings are back in action today when they take on the Indiana Pacers in a battle of all-stars. Sabonis will play in Indiana for the first time since his trade to the Kings, and Tyrese Halliburton is coming off of a 26-12 game against the Lakers yesterday. Fortunately, the Kings will be without De'Aaron Fox, who is out for personal reasons. You can listen to the game started with game night at 2:30 and tip-off scheduled for 4, right here on Sactown Sports. It is 12:01. This time check is brought to you by West Coast Men's Health Acoustic Wave Therapy, and now more of Deuce and Mo.
It's Deuce and Mo.
Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports.
We are live on a Friday, and I wish if you guys were watching the YouTube feed,
Oh man.
if you were missing it rather, you would have just seen Morgan this entire break getting our guests in the right positions for the camera.
I'm gonna pee my pants too.
Oh, you didn't go to the bathroom?
No. Just working on these cameras, But hey,
You need to go? Go ahead.
Okay, hold on.
That's when you know Morgan has to go bad. She literally ran out because she's like, I have to. I thought she was gonna be like, I'll hold it.
She was event coordinating, like an event, like a complete event coordinator.
Tinkle time for sure for Morgan. She had to go. Yes, tinkle time for Morgan. Appreciate you guys joining us. Juice Mason, Morgan Reagan on Sactown Sports. We do this each and every week. A little Kings Roundtable with two people who cover the Kings at a high level out this station. Chris Watkins and Frankie Cartoscelli join us live in studio on an interesting day, right? We just found out All-Stars yesterday. Sabonis gets in. Fox does not get in. Oh, by the way, Kings play the Pacers tonight in a big game. Huge. No Fox in that game. I just feel like there's a lot going on. It's crazy right now.
Yeah, I mean, do you want me to start?
Yeah, I'm so stressed from the break, honestly.
Can I throw
All
in
the
real
camera
quick?
positioning.
Can I
it's
throw
just
real
like
quick before
really
Morgan
stressing me
took
out.
my phone in the scramble?
Oh my
The
God,
whole thing
that was-
is- we're getting on back on the rails though.
my
But-
brain and everything. And this is why I'm just so thankful you guys were here, because even I was like, oh, I can leave Deuce in here with them while I go to the bathroom. So thank you. What was the question? Just so I can.
I'm just talking about the craziness of what's happening
Right.
today really in the NBA. Kyrie just demanded a trade.
Dude.
Trade deadline's next week. Got to talk about the deadline. Kings play the Pacers in the big game. Sabonis' first game back in Indiana.
Yeah.
It's got to be emotional. Tyrese is questionable. No Fox tonight. Oh, and by the way, Sabonis makes the All-Star team. Kings have a chance tonight to match last season's win total at 30.
Crazy.
Oh, Halliburton's in the All-Star game. Sabonis is in. Fox is not. I mean, what the hell?
Yeah, I mean, just starting with the All-Star stuff out of the gate. I mean, I think yesterday Chris and I were talking about it too with Brendan and Matt George, just saying in our minds we had moved on from Fox was in our minds. I think we just what we were seeing from there was NBA panels from NBA.com that were out, a lot of people from around the league, the respect he was getting. And of course, the guy we were thinking he was going to be going up against was Damian Lillard. So once his name was announced, I figured, okay, one more spot for another guard. Maybe it's going to go to Anthony Edwards, but Fox is in this. Jaren Jackson Jr. gets called, which I think it was Matt that brought that up yesterday.
Yeah.
And it was,
and we were shocked. I was like, I mean, just games played. I was like, he missed, I'm sorry, the first month and a half, 2 months of the season. And, I thought it was a games played thing. I think he played under 40 games so far this
35.
season.
Fox has played 12 more games than the guy.
Right. And he's been just as impactful. He's been more impactful to winning, in my opinion. The Grizzlies are stacked also. Like, not that, Jaren hasn't been contributed to their winning, but, they've got Dylan Brooks. They've got Desmond Bane, who also probably would have been an all-star had he played enough games this season.
You guys, under 30 minutes per night. And
That's the other thing.
My
That's
biggest
another
point,
big thing.
my biggest point to Deuce about that, though, it was like, he's not under 30 minutes because they're stacked. He's under 30 minutes a game because he can't stay on the floor because he gets in foul trouble.
well, I mean, look at the minutes too. I mean, De'Aaron Fox has played 1,584 minutes. Jaren Jackson Jr. has played 945. So I just don't really see how. I mean, I understand that the Grizzlies are good. The Grizz are good.
Yeah.
They were an exciting team, up and coming, fun. I get that. The Kings are 2 games back of them in the standings right now. So I don't know the discrepancy by people saying, oh, the Kings have been good, but they're not the Grizzlies. Okay, I'm not trying to say the Kings are as good as the Grizzlies. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But based on where they are right now in the standings, how they performed, the excuse of the Kings having one All-Star is enough. That just doesn't hold up for me. It doesn't hold up.
The insane stat you were just mentioning minutes. I saw a stat. Anthony Davis has played more minutes than Jaren Jackson Jr. this year.
No.
Yes.
And I would honestly rather see Anthony Davis in there. Like, it makes a lot more sense for me for AD to be in there than Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, I got to a point with the guys under 30 where under 30 games, I'm like, I can't put you in.
Right.
You missed too many games. But yeah, I didn't. Jaren Jackson wasn't even remotely in my thinking.
Desmond Bane first.
Well, when they opened the envelope and they said Memphis, Desmond Bane, I'm like, wow, okay. I mean, I know he had a good stretch, but he's missed a ton of games. They said Jaren Jackson Jr. I think it surprised everybody. I mean, Barkley after was pretty surprised. Here's what Barkley said. He was very surprised that Fox didn't make the team.
So I'm surprised, Fox. I'm disappointed for Gordon because I'm more surprised by De'Aaron Fox because the Sacramento Kings had a third best record in the West. So I'm surprised, Fox. I'm disappointed for Gordon because he's been playing great. And but I am really shocked De'Aaron Fox didn't make this thing.
Yeah, and so that's very surprising that he didn't make it. He referenced Aaron Gordon, who had a really good year. I mean, that was another guy I was looking at yesterday. I'm like, you can make a case for Aaron Gordon. He's been awesome this year. I just thought Fox was going to be in there. Benjamin in the chat says the coaches are making a point with Jaren Jackson Jr. and the Drew Holiday All-Star picks. Defense matters.
I guess.
I mean, are they? Is that really what is that
That's
the
not
point?
for the All-Star game either. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you're really trying to reward defense in an All-Star game. And
I guess that's maybe the biggest point would be the coaches going, look, this guy's a defensive player of the year candidate. We should recognize that, and that deserves all-star recognition.
let's put Brooke Lopez.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
he-
hey, Lopez
Let's
had
do
some
it.
big games. Yeah.
Nick Claxton.
Yeah.
No, truly. And that is how I feel with this Jaren Jackson Jr. pick. And I think one of the big things though, too, I keep trying to tell people, it's like, we don't need to knock on him. He didn't vote himself in.
Right.
Maybe
He probably would
did.
have.
Wait a minute.
Conspiracy?
But what? Yeah,
Conspiracy?
conspiracy. Yeah, but either way, it's like these coaches felt like his presence alters the way that their team plays, right? That's how I'm trying to look at it. But either way, doesn't De'Aaron Fox's presence in those fourth quarters, the guy that like pulls out a way to win a game at the end of a game, like doesn't that matter at such a different level?
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt that Jaren Jackson Jr. is impactful. I'm not going to sit here and say he's not impactful when he plays. He is, but I just think De'Aaron Fox's impactfulness outweighs that. And when you look at where the Kings are right now, they aren't there without De'Aaron Fox. And the question I have is, if not now, when? That's the question I keep asking myself.
Great Incubus song.
If not, yes, absolutely.
I love that song. Sorry.
Absolutely.
That's like one that hits me.
Oh,
It's
it
the
hits you.
No one knows that song, but I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Incubus.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
Do you know that song?
Yeah, of course. I grew up in the 90s.
I never heard it. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go.
It wasn't a 90s song, okay, Frankie? That came out in like 2011.
I still get what you're saying.
I was alive.
2013.
I was alive and able to remember when I heard Incubus. Is the point? I was born in the 90s. I'm not trying to make you feel old.
Don't let him put you. Don't let him put you down.
So one thing, and your point is, I had the same thought last night. It's like, okay, if everything with Fox was like, hey, he puts up numbers, but you don't win, and then he does both, how the hell does he ever make the team? You know, I know a lot of people say, yeah, but you have the front court, back court players that you have a certain amount you have to put in. So the way the coaching, the reserves work, the coaches vote them in.
Yeah.
They have to vote 3 front court, 2 back court, and then 2 players of any position. But the way it broke down, they did 1 of each. I don't know who was that candidate, but you end up with 3 guards, SGA, Ja, and Dame, and then 4 front court with Sabonis, Markkanen, Paul George, and Jaren Jackson Jr. So I don't know if that was like a strategic thing where they felt like they had to do 1 and 1, and maybe that hurt Fox. I guess I'm puzzled that out of all the candidates we look at, I mean, we talk about De'Aaron Fox, but I think Anthony Edwards had a legit case to make the team based on how Minnesota's performing, even without Cat, the numbers he's putting up. I mean, I like I said, I dismissed guys like AD and Booker, but like Aaron Gordon had a case. Jaren Jackson, just shocking.
Yeah, I mean, even Paul George, you look at Paul George's numbers, they're pretty identical to De'Aaron Fox. If I'm not mistaken, De'Aaron averages more points than him. He shoots at a higher field goal percentage than him. He's definitely more assists than him. I'm pretty sure they're like even in terms of Paul George rebounds to De'Aaron Fox assists, but they're pretty much the same numbers as well. So the case is there for De'Aaron. Like, if those numbers are acceptable for Paul George to make the All-Star team, and yes, the Clippers have performed well without, with their info or whatever, their rotation of players that play, for them to still be, I think they're the 5 seed right now. They've done pretty well of holding the ship up. He definitely deserves some recognition, but is it more than De'Aaron Fox, who's the second best or, second most important player, I guess you could say, on the 3rd seed?
Do you guys feel like, I mean, I feel like I already know the answer to this, and I know what you guys are going to answer this. Like, do you feel like it's a reputation thing? And when I say that, even with coaches going in for the vote, right? And just feeling like, what have they done on their resume? Where are they in their career? And obviously that's not how you're supposed to vote in the All-Star. It's what they're doing right now. But I feel like that has taken effect on some of these votes.
Yeah, I mean, at times to me, it kind of feels like they're picking the name. And I don't mean that in a way to, not in the Jaren Jackson Jr. case, of course, that is different. But Paul George, Damian Lillard is Damian Lillard. I mean, he's a guy that deserves to be an All-Star for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But are we going to say that De'Aaron Fox hasn't been as deserving? I think there's a discussion that we could have, because look where the Kings are. And it just is something that needs to change, and it could come with the narrative that the Kings are the Kings. There's still some out there that don't really fully understand what this team is capable of, and I think the team is a good team. And maybe that's in some locker rooms or some head coaching staffs. I don't know. But clearly there's something that needs to change, because Fox didn't get the votes that he needed, and he's on the outside looking in.
All right, coming up next, we got to talk about Sabonis. We got to talk about the positive stuff. Right. Sabonis gets in the game.
There we go.
I mean, that's awesome. We got to talk about that. Trade deadline stuff. We got to get you ready for Kings and Pacers. Coming up at 1. We got Marc J. Spears coming up. That's going to be fun from ESPN. But coming up next, more of the Kings Roundtable. Deuce Mason, Morgan Reagan, Frankie, Cartoscelli, and Chris Watkins here on Sactown Sports.
Cartoscelli.
Cartoscelli.
Frankie, I'm going to move you over here. I'm going to put you in the one shot.
I'm going over there.
Come on, kid. Right. I don't smell that bad,
Morgan,
huh?
Producer Morgan
It was,
over here.
it was just like barf. I don't like when the shot is not right.
Yeah.
How
do they determine the camera positioning in the studio? Because
there used to be one in the board op studio, just face.
But
this
one
is just like what?
And good job, Chris.
Right
That's yeah. Yeah, come closer.
Double A says Fox is too passive outside of the fourth. I don't think that's why he missed the game. I don't think coaches were like, you know what, those fourth quarter numbers great. Too passive in quarters 1 through 3.
It's so much better.
The guy's still averaging like close to 25 a game. Like, great point from King's Pulse, Brendan. Chris deserves his own cam.
Thanks.
Oh, Frankie doesn't. Wow.
Frankie had it last week. Yeah.
I love.
We're gonna rotate.
I like that.
We're just gonna have a nice little.
Whoever deserves it this week.
Right.
Woj has an update on Kyrie, by the way. Brooklyn's Kyrie Irving has not shared a list of preferred teams, but he has maintained an interest in the Lakers. LA is expected to be among the teams.
It's Deuce and Mo on your local sports leader.
Sactown Sports.
Oh, shout out to the YouTube crowd. We are just 9 away from 300 thumbs up for the third consecutive day, I believe.
Real?
Almost to 300.
Well, we got to 400 yesterday. You guys, you can't get there again, can you?
No, they can't. 300 is kind of where it's capping off, I think, today. So make sure to hit the thumbs up. It just helps the channel grow at youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. For those people driving around going, why do you keep mentioning that? Because we're growing it everywhere. So I know you're in your radio, but when you get home or you're in your office, you can check out the show live, all of the shows live, Monday through Friday from 6 a to 6 p on the YouTube channel. You can chat with other fans, and also you can watch clips and the shows on demand. youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. We're doing a little Kings Roundtable. Deuce Mason, Morgan Reagan, Chris Watkins, Frankie Cartoscelli. Chris also hosts Kings Weekly that airs on this station and on YouTube. That airs tomorrow, right?
Yes, Saturday.
Tomorrow, Saturday. Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know what day it was. 11 a.m.
Yeah, really? Oh,
Kings
man.
Weekly.
Man.
Busy week for you.
Yeah.
Always. You know, they keep me busy here.
Are you going to be okay?
Yeah.
That's a good question. Are you going to be okay?
Am I okay? I think
I care.
Thank you.
I think all of us are in this mode right now. We're wondering if we're okay.
Especially you guys. My goodness, you guys were.
Let's not talk about it. Let's not talk about it.
Okay. 2 panic attacks and 1 mental breakdown in 2 weeks. But hey,
we're gonna get through it.
Still trying to make time for that therapist.
That's what we're here for.
So we're talking about the All-Star game. Oh, we just got this update, by the way, for those who are just like driving around wondering what the hell is going on today in the NBA. Well, we've been talking about the All-Star game, the All-Stars being announced, but Kyrie Irving has demanded a trade from the Brooklyn Nets by the deadline. He doesn't want to be there. He's told them, trade me. I'm not going to re-sign as a free agent. Adrian Wojnarowski with an update saying that Kyrie Irving has not shared a list of preferred teams, but he has maintained an interest in the Lakers. LA is expected to be among the teams that'll explore a possible trade with the Nets. I kind of hope he goes to the Lakers.
Yeah, they deserve each other.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Do you think that's going to work if he goes to the Lakers?
The dynamic, though, okay, Kyrie's back with LeBron.
Yeah.
Then you have Westbrook with KD and Ben Simmons.
How cute is that?
They need a reality show.
I want. Yeah,
That's
I don't
what
even
I
know
love.
how it would work, but maybe it's a bigger deal. Maybe they're like, we'll reroute Westbrook elsewhere. I don't even know how that would work financially. Maybe I'm being crazy because I'm just trying to imagine a situation where Jacques Vaughn's like, all right, I have Ben Simmons and Westbrook on my team. They can't play at the same time.
Right, because Brooklyn's still trying to win, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they have all the motivation in the world to try to win now.
And Russ is not that guy, but that's the most logical pair to me. I mean, LA is trying to ship off Russell Westbrook, and they are possibly prepared if LeBron forces them to trade future first-round picks, which probably isn't in their best interest, but it's the only way you're going to get rid of Russell Westbrook's salary. Like, it kind of makes a lot of sense. I don't know. And I don't know how many other teams in the league are going to be willing to take on Kyrie Irving, who is now on top of everything you can now throw on top of. He's just demanded a trade and was like, you have, 5-6 days to get it done?
Yeah.
Please?
Yeah. No.
Thank you.
That's it.
And I haven't given you my list of teams yet. Does he have a no trade clause?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Let's just say no.
NBA, so.
Let's say no, he doesn't. And it's like who cares what his list is? But obviously Woj mentions the Lakers on there. let's not be naive to this, everyone. We know that him and LeBron are talking in the background. LeBron's been trying to get rid of Westbrook ever since he got Westbrook. It's just bizarre that he has this much power, but he does. And this is where the position that they're in. But with Kyrie, this is the most interesting thing, is that how many times do we say, talent trumps all, right? It really does for the most part, because with this situation, there's no way a team in the NBA after this season of Kyrie Irving is still looking at him the same, going like, yeah, this makes sense for a team sport. That's what kills me with this. I go, how many more GMs are going to be looking at Kyrie and go, you know what? But he's so good. He's so good. There's no way they're feeling that right now.
No, I mean, I think only one team really is even remotely feeling like they would take a chance on that, and that's the Los Angeles Lakers, because of the fact that LeBron James is so involved with their decision making. And what do they call him on Twitter? Le GM? Like he's making the calls. I mean, he has a hand in it. I mean, what he wants, he usually gets, or he tries to get. So no, I completely agree, Morgan. I mean, I can't sit here and say today that I think Kyrie Irving would help my team I support. I don't know if he would help a lot of teams.
There's definitely like a level of desperation that your franchise has to have.
And the Lakers have it, right?
I would say it's the Lakers, like the Knicks, potentially. I don't know. I mean, they now have Jalen Brunson. They seem pretty happy with Jalen Brunson. I don't know.
Maybe like last year they would have done something like that.
You know, would Dallas, Mark Cuban, someone who's, you know, willing to get that second star with Luka.
Yeah, I think that makes some sense. If Dallas tries to pull something off like that, I mean, it's going to take the Lakers. Like, and that's
desperation
the thing.
It's like the key for it.
It's so tough because you don't want to give up a ton of assets to get this guy because he is an expiring deal. And that's the other thing is like, can you trust to give this guy a long-term deal? There's no chance in hell I'm doing that if I'm an NBA team. For the Lakers, everything they do is short-sighted, right? Everything they do is about, we've got LeBron. He's 38 years old. We're trying to win championships right now. And at this rate, we're not winning a championship. Even if AD is healthy, that team's not winning a championship. You get Kyrie, it's a clear upgrade. Right. I mean, they need shooting. Kyrie can shoot. He can handle, get to the basket. He's a great player. I don't think anyone denies the player. Right. It's everything else that comes with Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, I mean, you just don't know what you're going to get. I mean, we don't know when he might want to step away from basketball entirely. That could happen at any time. I think he said that himself. Like it's just what he does. It's not who he is. And that's something he's made very clear over the past couple of years. So you don't know what you're getting when you trade for him. Yeah, he's a great basketball player.
And I've been fine with players having more of that outlook of like, hey, this isn't just what identifies me. I'm an artist on the side, or I'm a father, or, you know, whatever else, you know, humans do in this world. And I appreciate that about people. But the only thing that I don't appreciate when it comes to Kyrie, the amount of times that it feels like it's been threatened, like his retirement or what else is more important in the world. And it's like, that's great. But like, you're also playing with other humans that love the hell out of this game, that love this team. Let's say there's teammates that love each other and want to do things together at a high level. And he takes away from that. And I feel like he would just take away from that from any team going forward.
Yeah. It opens up Pandora's box also.
My wheels are spinning.
Well, the Kevin Durant factor. The Kevin Durant factor.
Yeah.
What happens with that then? I mean, he was requesting a trade in the offseason too. And then I think one of the things he said was he couldn't leave 11, as in Kyrie was the quote. I think I can't leave 11. Well, maybe 11's taken off.
How about like a Kyrie for Kawhi trade?
Oh,
why would they do that? Yeah, what are these wheels spinning, huh?
I'm just saying,
are you okay?
He's very inconsistent, in and out.
No.
Not that Kyrie's not in and out. I'm just saying
you're
both people
win
are
a
in and out.
championship with Kawhi. I mean, with
you're not.
Paul George.
You're definitely not. No, I'm just trying to think of the people who would be crazy enough to do this.
I think the Clippers are like, let's go get Conley.
You do like a John Wall for John? Just throw people together. John Wall. Luke Kennard.
Ooh. So what you're saying is you are
trying to get a third
crazy.
star. Something crazy.
He's trying to break something down that doesn't need to be broken
6
down.
days, people. Like Kyrie gave them a deadline of by the deadline, I'm out.
He knows 6 days put some pressure on it, and you know what sucks? He knows that the Nets he's forcing their hand. Like, are the Nets going to be like, oh, we're bringing you back, deal with it? If anything, they'd probably like just send him home, which would be insane. So I think you know the Clippers construct a package that could get Kyrie to LA and play with George and Kawhi. I don't know. You know, it seems like they're into point guards right now, whether it's Fred VanVleet's been mentioned with them, Mike Conley, a lot of different angles with this, but you just got to think the Lakers have to be the front runner at this point for Kyrie. We got to talk about Sabonis coming up. We just spent the whole time talking about Kyrie. It's all good. It's the Kings Roundtable. So coming up next, let's talk about Domantas Sabonis. Let's talk about Kings and Pacers tonight. Huge game. I'm a little nervous about this game without Fox.
Oh,
I am.
Oh, come on.
I think that's fair.
I mean, you guys, they've been losing a lot lately. Yeah. And they just added Tyrese back.
Yeah, he's
second night of a back-to-back. He is questionable. They didn't win with him back last night, though, either.
Oh, they've been bad. They've been bad. But I mean, Davion Mitchell in a starting role. I mean, he plays well in a start. I mean, historically, he's been good as a starter. I mean, I'm not trying to say that like they got Davion Mitchell starting tonight. The game's gonna go in the Kings' favor, but you never know. And also, the matchup between Davion and Tyrese is always a fun one. I mean, last year I think they went head to head in Indiana, and Kings came out on top.
Sabonis against Turner tonight. It's gonna be hot. It's Deuce Mason. It's Morgan Reagan. The Kings Roundtable rolls on. Coming up next on Sactown Sports.
Yeah, poor Sabonis. Get us a footnote over with everything going on.
Yeah,
he made an All-Star team again, but
dude, I feel like,
gosh.
Yeah. Rory says start Monk.
Look at this. They're already doing potential Kyrie to the Lakers trades.
Kyrie and Joe. Wow. Well, no.
Yeah. Why would you give up Joe Harris? You need as much shoot. You got Joe Harris. You got Seth Curry.
That's our guy Bobby Marks coming up with that trade.
I know.
Idea.
I know.
Is that TV gonna fall off the wall? Does not look.
No. Yeah, everything in this studio looks like. I mean, I think.
Don't touch it.
I was like, I'm pretty sure it's just leaning.
We literally have a wall in this studio that features 2 Marvin Bagley jerseys. It's a bad omen.
Do we have eyes on it right now? Is it up? Is it?
There's one showing.
You can see
Should
one.
we take them down?
For what?
Right now?
No, I mean, it would look weird. We'll deal with that.
Take them down for what?
Who has jerseys we can swap?
Also, huge shout out to the YouTube people. You got us to over 300 thumbs up. I think there's a chance, as we have like 90 minutes left, to get 400 back to back. We haven't had a 400 back to back, Chris.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah, to make sure that I wasn't going on the air.
Mark J. Spears from ESPN is going to join us at 1:00 too. So we're going to talk to him about all this stuff as well.
Yeah.
I am a little nervous about tonight just because without Fox, I don't know like Sabonis as a person, but like what are the emotions like for him going back to Indiana and playing for the first time? He spent 5 years there. You know, like
I'd imagine very neutral. I mean, the way we said yesterday too is I think when he gets asked about Indiana, he gets the same kind of cutout.
I have a different opinion.
He's also been traded twice.
Yeah,
but that was
first year.
For a year.
Beneath the shell, like inside, he's
you
like,
guys,
ready to,
it's
go off,
dude. It's like
he has to get irritated with the Halliburton love sometimes, right?
For sure.
Not only that,
I don't know how much it creeps into his life. I don't know.
Look how emotional he is on the floor when he gets pissed off. I love it, but other times I don't love it because then it's not under control, right? There's times it's taken him out of his game. And it's a very interesting tactic for teams. If you really think about it, it's like go after him mentally at times. And if you get in his head and just stay physical with him and he's not getting the calls, he'll get out of it. And that's why I see that emotion is there. And so I'm curious if he's really this emotional being that we just don't see a lot of, and that deep down,
he could
that'll be lingering.
Okay.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Deep.
I think if anything, he's going to play better. Like, it's got to be like, I'm back. So I'm excited to be back. I'm going to go crazy.
He had 11, 10, and 7 last time he played the Pacers. So he didn't really have like a big Sabonis.
He didn't have to because they were up by like 800
yeah,
points.
they're making a million threes.
Yeah.
That was in like 20 minutes.
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I hope he has. I just think without Fox too, it's like, does he try to do too much?
Yeah.
And also for the Kings, like Davion's got to give him a little something tonight, right? And then for Halliburton, if he doesn't play, I'm not worried about it. But if he plays, I just think it's going to be a sneaky close game. It's going to be tough. And they're good. They're 16 and 11 at home.
I'm just going to do that because it just makes me feel better. Thank you.
Davion is a starter.
You're good.
16.6 points, 7 assists per game, 22 games.
What about this year, though?
This year, I was going to say.
Yeah, 3 games. Is
big Ray McCallum vibes last year.
Probably a drop off. Let's see. Ray McCallum is a pull.
Hey, what if Mike did that tonight? Brian says, what if they started Dilly?
They would never see it coming.
They would never see it
That's a
coming.
good point. You know what? Sometimes you got to do stuff
Yeah.
to never see coming. Delvedova, let's go.
30 minutes.
3 starts.
Well,
8
Good
points,
eye.
4 assists.
Is that your deli?
That's my deli.
Good eye.
Good die.
Get the
I'm not
IVs
good at it.
ready.
Anthony's
You call that an all-star? This is an all-star.
all-star.
Pretty decent.
Good eye, mate.
I do hope Halliburton plays tonight, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I want
That
that
would make it
emotion.
funner.
Yeah.
I mean,
More fun.
I want that to happen just like for our viewing needs, but I'm also like, I just want to secure the W. You know, without him on there, they're just a whole different team. Kind of sucky.
Yeah. Don't really need it.
Kind of
You know, I'd rather,
sucky.
you're right. Yeah, just get the win.
Yeah.
Why, it's for so emotional. We're the emotional ones.
Thank
We're like,
you.
oh, I want to see Tyree. I need all the people. No, like, how about none of their good players play and we win by 60?
Brian Windhorst just said that the Mavs and Heat are other teams to look out for Kyrie.
For Kyrie?
Do you have your update coming up?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Chill it out.
No, let him do his thing. You
I
weirdo.
love the chill music.
Yeah, but you think someone's going, "Hey, Chris, chill out the music just for you." We need to adjust that for you. He's doing 800 things in there.
Please, oh please do that.
Maybe like you could request like next week we change that or something.
Okay.
Say sorry to Chris now.
Sorry.
I accept your apology.
We were just making fun of the rock music that plays for
I'm Chris Verlad with your Sactown Sports headlines. Domantas Sabonis has been named to the NBA All-Star Game. Unfortunately, De'Aaron Fox was not voted in by the coaches, and as of right now is not playing in the exhibition. Athletics' Shams Charania reported today that Nets guard Kyrie Irving is requesting a trade and that he would like to move before the February 9th trade deadline, or he will leave in free agency in the offseason. Kings are back in action today in Indiana to take on the Pacers. The battle of the All-Stars with Sabonis. This will be his first time in Indiana since the trade to the Kings. Tyrese Halliburton is coming off a 26-12 game against the Lakers yesterday, but unfortunately, the Kings will be without De'Aaron Fox, who is out for personal reasons. You can listen to the game starting with game night at 2:30 and tip-off scheduled for 4 right here on Sactown Sports. It is 12:30. This time check is brought to you by West Coast Men's Health Acoustic Wave Therapy. And now more with Deuce and Mo.
Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports.
Deuce Mason, Morgan Reagan rolling on with the Kings Roundtable. In studio with us, Chris Watkins and Frankie Cartoscelli. They cover the Kings for Sactown Sports. You can check out their work at SactownSports.com. Chris, of course, hosts Kings Weekly each and every Saturday at 11 a.m. That's tomorrow. You're gonna have a lot to talk about, man. We got the All-Star stuff. You're going to be coming on after Kings Pacers tonight. We spent so much time talking about Fox. We talk about the Kyrie trade demand, keeping an eye on all that as it unfolds. We got Marc J. Spears coming up at 1 p.m. from ESPN. But Sabonis made the All-Star team, you know, and it's interesting to reflect back on kind of this like last year since trade is almost a year ago. And Sabonis, I still think in some ways is criminally underrated, even though he made the All-Star team this year. I think some people look at him, and I'm convinced. I talked to Morgan about this last night. He looks like he's like 32, 33. Like he just looks like physically, facially, that people just assume he's older. He's 26 years old. He just became a 3-time All-Star. What's jumped out to you about Sabonis this year, Chris?
I mean, really, it's just the total package of it. I mean, he really, I mean, this is their first year in this system with Mike Brown for them to just really pick it up. And they started off the season at like a historic rate where their offense was, you know, setting Kings record for scoring. And it was incredible to see. And just the way that he has moved the ball from the high post, his passing ability has been incredible. They literally run their offense around Domantas Sabonis, whether it be people coming around for dribble handoffs or people cutting around the lane. Like he is the centerpiece of their offense. And I definitely just didn't see it coming. I thought it was going to be a lot more of like a kind of pass it down into him, let him do some work, but he really doesn't have the ball in his hands for more than 1 or 2 seconds.
The guy is a conductor out there, dude. He's always, even when he doesn't have the ball, he's telling guys where to be offensively, defensively.
As well.
I think that's probably been the biggest surprise for me this year is just how much better he has been defensively
Yes.
based on his reputation.
Right.
I think part of it in Indiana, he was playing a lot of 4. And maybe if, Turner was off the floor, he moved to the 5. But I think he is a 5 in this league. And he's done a good job defensively for Sacramento. He's limited at times, but I think overall he's done a nice job.
Yeah, I think he was criticized a lot too early in the year. I think that was one of the biggest critiques was he has trouble defending the rim, trouble kind of like monitoring the paint. But that was during the 4-game losing streak where there was a lot of critiques going on, obviously. But has he been a league leader in defense in the paint? No, but he on a team that's very bad defensively, he hasn't been the issue. I mean, the Kings have had a lot of problems this year and things that they should hope to resolve a little bit in the next week. We'll see what happens. But Sabonis has not been that. He's been a guy on both ends of the floor, moving the basketball around. I think it's only him and Jokic right now that are big men averaging over 7 assists per game.
Yeah.
Which again, it's almost like it's a footnote now. It's just like you come to expect it. Which I mean, we think about Vlade. I mean, I think Vlade's best season might have been around 7 or 6.
Ooh.
I mean, and
Happy birthday, Vlade, by the way.
Oh, happy birthday, Vlade.
How old is Vlade?
What do you think?
Ooh, okay, this is great. If I had to guess, you're not
Look
looking.
it up.
Yeah, what are you doing? Huh?
Guess, then I'll pull it up.
I know the answer.
Okay, if I had to guess, I'm really bad at ages. I'm going to guess 56.
That was going to be my guess.
I'll go 58.
55, Vlade. That's 55 today.
55.
55.
Oh, thank you.
55,
Jason
Chris.
Williams.
Yeah. Jason Williams.
It's weird saying that name in this town, by the way, because I just separating like him as GM as player. There's some people who don't even remember him as a player, and it's like, oh, that GM, the guy who passed on Luka, like what the hell?
It's unfortunate for a couple reasons.
Yeah.
Like he was very beloved. He was, I mean, a lot of people's favorite player growing up. And the Bagley thing, as I'm looking at the jerseys behind Chris right now,
It's so disturbing.
on the day after Jaren Jackson Jr. got selected, which means all top 5 picks from the 2018 draft are all-stars, except for Marvin Bagley.
Wow.
It has kind of just changed the way people view Vlade Divac. And it's I don't know how you feel, Chris. I mean, were you a Vlade guy growing up? Because
I mean, he was not like, no, not really. I guess not really,
No, really?
Like, yeah, for me, like I was what, 6 or 7 when he was playing with us, but like I just remember a lot of like the flopping elements of it, like floppy Divac and stuff like that.
So you still had your like biases
not
toward
even,
him.
like I didn't feel negatively about him.
Yeah.
It was more just like, okay, like I get the emotions behind it, but like, let's not act like this guy is Nikola Jokic.
Wow, okay. It's his birthday. Come on, man.
Put
Sorry,
some
geez,
respect
I'm
on his
sorry.
name, one.
Draft
But
Luka.
but you look at like that's what's pretty crazy about it though. I know if you look at that, but it's such a complex relationship. I feel like a lot of us could have with him because of the special type of game he brought to the floor as a player, really being innovative in so many ways, being this passing big, but then you go, oh, okay, so he understands the game. He understands how it evolves. Great. And then you look ahead to him as a GM to not understand the game at that level. It does become frustrating.
Yeah.
It does become depressing at times, but that's why it's good right now that as we go back to talking about Domas Sabonis, having an all-star here kind of helps the healing process, right? It helps. I mean, the winning is helping us heal a little bit more. And really quick too, I want to go back to what you were saying about Domas Sabonis and him defensively and, how people don't see him as this big, I don't know if you want to call it like defender presence, whatever, as a big in this league, but the amount of shots he contests without being a shot blocker, without being identified as a rim protector, it's underrated in a lot of ways. And I think sometimes we want to put those blocks in that stat and we have to look at that and be like, but is he blocking shots? It doesn't matter. Like, let's put verticality on our stat sheets, and the way that
deflections.
the way that he alters shots because of the way that he's hands up and big body has just been on another level.
And his rebounding, his defensive rebounding,
finishing
dude.
off
Like
a defensive possession.
That stuff matters too. I mean, I've been so impressed with him. I liked him before he came to Sacramento, but he's even surpassed my expectations about like how he can bring a team together. Because we talk about like it's one thing to be good. Like there's a lot of good players. We just spent time talking about Kyrie Irving and how talented he is. Kyrie's a pain in the ass. Sabonis is like, I'm here to play basketball. Like you don't really, and I'm not criticizing guys who are into other things, but Sabonis, you have not heard a peep out of him about maybe being disrespected when this trade happened. You haven't heard about him being frustrated with how things ended in Indiana or, not getting the love he deserves. The guy's like, I'm just going out. I'm working on my game. I'm going to be good. You can ask me about Indiana. I'm just going to kind of push it aside. You can ask me about the trade. I'm going to push it aside. He's been unbelievable. And then what he has meant just for the players on this team, not only lifting them on the court, but I think off the court, he's impacted Fox and made Fox more vocal. I think having Sabonis mentor someone like Keegan Murray has been huge. I think Sabonis is criminally underrated in this league, and he's a really, really special talent.
Completely agree. And so I'm so happy that they didn't mess up that pick by getting him on the All-Star team. Because for a split second, for 1 minute when
Did you really?
I it's just maybe that's because of the last 16 years and just how things, even when DeMarcus Cousins was here and how well he played, and that was because they were losing. Those were bad Kings teams. They were not good. This is different. But there was that little thing in the back of my head where I thought, is there a possibility that they don't pick a Kings player
really
at all?
quick? Even on TNT, after they picked him, I had noticed the graphics behind them.
I saw
Thank
that
you.
too.
I was like,
they popped it up super late.
Everybody else was up there.
Yeah,
so then I'm worried. I'm like, oh God, did they get it wrong?
Part of me in that moment when they put his face up last, because they named him second?
Yeah.
And they didn't have his picture up. I was like, oh, maybe they're gonna put Fox and Sabonis at the same time. Yeah. And then Jaron Jackson Jr. All right. We're going to continue this Kings Roundtable coming up. We got to look ahead to tonight's game. It's a big game. I just think Kings Pacers now is going to be meaningful every time.
Talking about rivalry. I can't say
I hate
saying it.
Rivalry. It's hard. It's hard.
Rivalry week.
No, but you have to try
rivalry week. Last week, I heard you guys talking about it. Now the Kings really don't have one. It kind of is the Pacers. You guys were saying it's
so you think
the
they should be
Grizzlies.
part of what next year? The Kings Pacers
rivalry week.
Wait a minute.
Rivalry week.
It's hard.
I can't say
rivalry.
That's a drop.
Rivalry week.
Rivalry week.
Can we get rivalry week?
Rivalry week, please.
You know what though? Last week, when our first week, we were talking about Josh Jackson joining the Stockton Kings.
God.
We couldn't say Josh Jackson for some reason, and now I can say it fine.
Yeah.
We were saying Josh Jackson.
Josh Jackson.
And we were both doing it. We were in our own head. Anyway, we're gonna look ahead to Kings Pacers. Halliburton, Sabonis. It goes down tonight. We look ahead. Coming up next on Sactown Sports. Okay, YouTube chat.
Good job.
We are closing in on 400. Let's get there today. Let's get there today. I think we can do it. We got like an hour 20 to go. Hit the thumbs up button because it helps the channel grow. Make sure you're subscribed. The poll question, by the way, is up to 511 votes, which is great. If Silver has to pick an injury replacement, will Fox get in? 78% of people say yes. Are you confident that Fox would be the injury replacement, guys? What do you think?
I know for me,
I am.
I was feeling really confident, like 100%. And then after talking more about Aaron Gordon and just even Ant and what he is around the league, I don't know. It made me worried.
Wouldn't the Jackson pick kind of help the case of picking another guard? Because, I don't know what the numbers are if forwards outweigh guards at this point. Is it forward heavy now?
But doesn't that not?
It shouldn't matter, but I don't know how Adam Silver, I don't know what he's
But think
doing.
about the excitement factor. Hopefully Silver can just understand. Edwards falls in line with that too, but guys that can just be excited. De'Aaron Fox and Anthony Edwards would push the pace. They would, they're very athletic. I don't know.
The funny thing
Aaron
would be
Gordon's
is if Fox is out right now with personal reasons. We don't know exactly what's going on. We don't want to speculate. I know some people have, but if he got named and missed, that would be like another injury replacement, which would be crazy. Also, one update from Chris Haynes. Phoenix is viewed as a few teams capable of facilitating a deal with Brooklyn that could keep both teams in a championship pursuit.
So who goes? Ayton?
Are we talking about CP3 going to Brooklyn?
Probably.
That's it. That's a CP3 right
piece
there.
That makes the most sense, right?
Yes.
Like, because if you trade Ayton, you can't play Claxton.
Well, when you look at Bobby Marks' trade that we
Could it be
saw,
Ben Simmons?
Oh, CP3, man.
Ooh.
That's a pretty fair trade, I think, as far as KD would probably be satisfied enough with CP3.
Yeah, because you can't wait, and you can't even. You could trade. By the way, you could trade now DeAndre Ayton, but you have to have his permission.
You're not having Chris Paul and
I'm just throwing out
Kyrie on the same team. That makes no sense. And you look at Chris Paul's, but man, that's a risk too. Chris Paul, he makes 30. He makes 30 next year, 30 the year after that. That's crazy how much he makes.
Yeah.
And he's
What,
dropped off.
39,
He's dropped
38?
off too.
He really, I mean, the Suns have, I mean, to this
They've
point,
cratered,
dropped off.
yeah.
Yeah, they have. what are
But
they
I
right
mean,
now?
Booker's been
Without
out though.
Booker,
He's supposed
right.
to be back soon.
7. Was he supposed to come back this week?
Yeah, they keep pushing it back, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they're
Keep-
7th in the
keep pushing
West.
it week by week.
Oh,
Bad road team, 8-17 on the road.
I love this.
One of those wins against Sacramento.
That would keep them both in championship contention, it said.
Yeah, in championship.
Isn't that what that would have to be?
Right.
That works.
I kind of like that trade. I like Chris Paul going.
Chris
to
Paul
Brooklyn.
for Kyrie Irving would be
I mean, you get something. You know what Chris Paul is. Good. Maybe Chris Paul
Yeah.
retires.
Yeah.
But stuff comes off the books or
Jay
something.
Crowder,
I don't know.
Maybe Jay Crowder's gone in that.
Yeah.
Finally gone. I'm
Huh.
trying to think how it makes sense for because Kyrie is the problem he is. But
Right.
like Chris Paul's 38 years old. How many more years are you expecting to get out of him?
Yeah. Well, and maybe you feel like because of the pieces around it eases some pressure
Sure.
off of him.
Sure.
One, and then the other thing too would be from Phoenix's perspective, like you get off of his deal, and
Right.
the Kyrie thing that
Right.
I don't think that's gonna work. I feel like that's very
Kyrie and Devin Booker. I don't know.
yeah. Woo.
I don't know, that'd be kind of nice.
It'd be great on the court. I think.
I mean, it's bad for the Kings because I think that trade Kyrie over CP3, I think makes
No more
the
division
Suns-
banners.
No more
Better win
division
it this
banners.
year.
What are you guys' thoughts on that? Do you like the division banners? The ones that are
It's
hanging?
fine.
Should
I
we
mean,
make them just like if we win this year? Should we just make it like a list, or should we keep hanging?
I think a
division
list.
banners?
I like the list.
I like a list too.
I do too.
Make
yeah.
a list.
How about the 51 championship banner?
I like
Proud.
it from a nostalgic, like that's kind of cool history, but I have no connection with
Right.
it whatsoever.
Do we
right?
deserve the gold patch on the back of the jersey? Do
no,
they still do that?
no, they.
They
I
do.
don't. Did
I
they
think-
get rid of it?
I saw it the other day, but I'm not sure if it's is that the same thing? Because back in
Yeah.
2015 or
It
16,
was the
that's-
amount of titles.
And Brooke, you're right. We have not mentioned Courtney Vandersloot signing with the Liberty. Liberty forming a super team.
Crazy.
Dude, that team is stacked.
Crazy.
Literal super
I
team.
mentioned
Very
this.
excited.
Crazy.
I mentioned this the other day. It's funny we celebrate WNBA super teams, but not NBA. It's weird.
It's weird.
It's Deuce and Mo.
Deuce and Mo.
Sactown Sports.
Today is crazy, and I can't wait for the NBA trade deadline spectacle. That's going to be on live at 11 a.m. next Thursday right here on Sactown Sports. Trades left and right, and Kyrie Irving dropping a bomb on the NBA today, demanding a trade. Now you're getting stuff left and right. Chris Haynes reporting that, hey, maybe Phoenix and Brooklyn could talk. A trade that could keep both teams in championship contention. Well, the Suns don't need Kyrie if they have Chris Paul. Oh, Chris Paul would be going to Brooklyn. Kyrie maybe going to Phoenix. Then I'm seeing more stuff come in about the fact that Nico Harrison, the GM for the Dallas Mavericks, and Jason Kidd have long-standing relationships with Kyrie Irving, and Dallas desperately needs a star. This is insane. I'm Deuce Mason, Morgan Reagan, Frankie Cartoscelli, and Chris Watkins in studio with us on a Kings Roundtable Friday, but we're also talking about what's happening in the NBA. It's insane right now.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to start calling it NBA roundtable with
That's cool.
everything that goes down, especially leading up to
I mean, trade things are the NBA. That's how I look at it.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
Yes.
Kings and Pacers tonight too.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward
Rivalry.
to that game. Rivalry. Yes.
Rivalry. Big
Got it.
rivalry.
How are we feeling about tonight? I know Tyrese is questionable. I'd be very surprised if Tyrese did not play. I mean, it just seems unlikely that he would skip a game against the Kings. Although, sometimes players don't really have a say in this stuff and they are forced to stay out, especially him just coming back from an injury. But no De'Aaron Fox in this game. Sabonis playing his first game against the Pacers in Indiana this year. What are your vibes for tonight's game? How are you guys feeling?
It definitely takes some oomph out of it. The fact that De'Aaron's not playing. I really was looking forward to Fox and Halliburton. I think that last time, I think a lot of us were pretty amped up. I don't know about you guys, but I was amped up for Kings Pacers when it was at Golden One Center. I don't feel the same way right now, maybe because of how just fun that game was and how the Kings really just completely just
Fun for us.
brought the hammer down. Yeah, fun game for the Kings and for us. Yeah, for sure. But I mean, the Sabonis factor of going home is cool. I'm excited about that. I'm excited for him to hopefully have a big game. I'm excited to see how he was received. I think we talked about last segment how great he is on and off the floor, and I think he probably is a player that is beloved in Indiana. I'm not sure, but I think he's someone that should get a nice ovation tonight. That'll be fun to see. But from like where the Kings are in the season standpoint, it's a game that they have to win. I mean, the way that Indiana, they have to win it. Not a must win. Hold on, let me rephrase. I'm not saying must win, but they have to. It's like, okay, they have to win it.
Level under.
From a standpoint of they're playing a team that has lost 13 of 15 games.
Fair.
It's a bad loss.
I'm going to be honest. I completely dismissed the whole 13 of 15 thing. This team was playing they were 6 games above 500. Then Halliburton got hurt. Then they go 1-9. Like, they've been a mess without Halliburton. He came back last night, and they looked more energized and better than they have in like 3 weeks.
True.
Like, he is a game changer for them.
How many times, though, have we talked about, especially us, we've talked about how we don't really believe in this Indiana team this season, right? Like, you saw the way that they were winning games, but then the only thing that started making me believe was when Tyrese Halliburton got hurt and you saw the impact that it made on that team. And seeing them last night, him come back, playing with a little bit more energy. They didn't pull out the W, but still, first game back in 10 games. I don't know. For this game against the Sacramento Kings, the Kings do need to get the win. I don't think it's a must win. I think it's one of those wins that we talk about like, hey, if you want to be identified as one of the good teams in the league, these are the games you have to win.
Yeah, I'm with you. I just think also, like, you're missing a key piece tonight. Like, De'Aaron Fox is not playing. So that can't be pushed aside. Like, De'Aaron Fox.
But we've seen this team in the second unit and how they can perform together.
Sure, they're 1-2 without De'Aaron Fox this year. All 3 of those games play on the road. The one road win that they have when De'Aaron Fox did not play was that game in Cleveland when they finished that 19-0 run. Yeah. Donovan Mitchell didn't play in that game either. I don't know if that's a wash, but yeah, if Halliburton, I just think it's going to be a tough game. The Pacers play well at home too. They're 16-11 at home. So it's a team that's more comfortable at home. They have a little more energy. Halliburton just got named to the team. He's playing his former team. And oh, by the way, the last time they played the Kings, they got their asses kicked in at Golden One Center. So my point is, I hear you. You like the Kings to get this win tonight. I just think it's going to be more challenging than maybe we think. I think on paper you go, oh, the Pacers have been really struggling. When Halliburton's there, it's a completely different team. They're a team that gets out and runs. They hit threes. They take a lot of threes. Kings got to be locked in if they want to win this game tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Davion Mitchell. That's really the thing that I'm looking forward to watching the most. He's going to get an extended run. He's probably going to get 30-plus minutes. And, you know, that's not really something he's been afforded since last year, the end of last year. He got a lot of run with Fox and Sabonis both sitting out for the end of last year. He hasn't been able to really show, like, this is a guy who was picked 8th in the draft. Was it 8th, 9th in the NBA draft? This is somebody who can presumably, when you're picked there, like, get some starts in there. So I think this is important for Davion to just kind of see, like, okay, your starting point guard goes out. Part of being a good backup point guard is being able to step up when someone's out and play a decent role. You mentioned Indiana lost tons of games once Tyrese went out.
Right.
TJ McConnell still stepped up and played really, really well. TJ McConnell's not the greatest player in the world, but can Davion step his game up to, you know, make it not such a big blow that De'Aaron's out? And who knows how many games he's going to miss. So how many opportunities is he going to get?
I think the knock on Davion too that we've noticed lately, it's like his playmaking ability, right? He's capable of it, but it's not where his mind goes. I feel like sometimes through the motion offense, he wants to run through the actions and not actually go, what can I have fun and explore with too when I take this guy to the right and go all the way to the rack? It's like a one-track mind where he's just like, I got to finish this layup, or I've got to make sure I take this jump stop and then try to make something happen. I want him to make things happen within the flow a little bit more. I want the flow of the game to come to him, and I think that can happen with having more minutes.
Yeah, I think he's a rhythm player. I think he's a guy that he just needs more minutes to show what he can do out there. I think defensively, the guy has been unbelievable this year. His shooting numbers have been better too this year. They're not great, but like the field goal percentage is way up compared to last year. You know, with the offense too, Brown wants quick decisions, 0.5 of a second, get the ball moving. Davion has had a tendency in the past to over dribble at times. And I think that frustrates someone like Sabonis, who's out there like a madman going, let's keep the ball moving, let's keep it going. So it's a little bit of an adjustment, but you're right. I think it's a good opportunity for him. I think Davion is a really good player. Long term, I wonder if his fit is in Sacramento. I think he's a guy that has a lot more he can show and maybe has to do it elsewhere just based on how the team is constructed. When you've got Fox, who is the guy, like this guy's an all-star in my mind, and you've got other guards, it's tough. I hope he can find a rhythm with Fox out, show he can do a little more offensively to force his way into Mike Brown's rotation. He is too good defensively to be sitting on the bench and playing 10, 14 minutes a night, in my opinion.
I completely agree. And that's something that I think Chris and I, we talked about a lot. That's one of the concerns we have is he going to be here long term? Because he is someone that plays, maybe not this year as much, but last year he was really good. And again, I know you like to throw the Ray McCallum anecdote out there, but he plays well when he plays a lot more minutes. And he's just not playing. I think he played 9 minutes the other night in San Antonio. Yeah. That's unfortunate to see. I love him. It's unfortunate to see.
I love him.
Yeah, I do. He gets after him, man. When guys can defend multiple positions, the guy is everywhere. He's defending Ant in the post, knocking the ball away. He's taking it strong to the basket.
Taking charges.
Dog.
Oh.
Straight dog. You guys, this hour flew by. We appreciate you guys being here for the Kings Roundtable. Don't forget, Chris is going to be live Saturday morning, 11 a.m. for Kings Weekly. So make sure to join him. YouTube.com/Sactown Sports 1140 or on your radio every Saturday. Appreciate you guys being here.
Thank you guys so much. Wait, real quick, Buddy Hield over under 15 3-point attempts tonight.
I'm going under on that, but he'll let it. 15 threes.
I'm gonna go over, especially if Tyrese is questionable.
He's done it more than you think this season. He's done it more than you think.
I love that. I love it. Over.
I'll go over then,
Buddy.
Especially if Tyrese doesn't play, then I'm going over.
I'm going under.
Okay, noted.
Coming up next, do not go anywhere. This continues on because we will catch up with ESPN's Marc J. Spears, get his thoughts on Sabonis getting in, Fox being snubbed, and the latest drama in the NBA. Kyrie Irving has demanded a trade. We talked to Marc coming up on Sactown Sports.
We're going to have to keep doing it like this. So sorry.
We'll get it dialed in at some point. Oh, well, presetting would be huge.
Let's
if we knew that.
So then we preset this one to that. And you know what worked best? When I don't know if there's a poll there, but when it was like game, right about there works because it's out of him. You're perfect. You're perfect.
Thank you so much.
You tell your mom I said that. Okay?
I will. She's gonna watch it back, and she's.
Hey, Morgan. So did you know? Did Marc ever get back to you about?
Yes, he gave me a double like.
Okay, cool.
Appreciate you guys also.
Hey guys, if you're in the chat, we're close. We're like 20 or 42 away from 400. Let's get the 400 thumbs up. And also we got Marc J. Spears coming up. So bring questions if you have them. Also spread the word. Let people know that Marc's on live with us. Monday, we're scheduled to have Kyle Draper on the show.
Yeah.
And how about this? I'm going to mention this it's not confirmed, but no, because we need everyone here live watching us to give, how about good vibes? Good vibes?
To what?
Good vibes. We have a chance that we're sitting down.
No, don't say it.
I said for good vibes. Are you serious? I'm not saying it's happening. I'm saying it's not totally confirmed yet. We're trying to get it. It sounds pretty promising.
Okay.
That Domantas Sabonis on with Deuce and Mo. We'll keep you posted if it does get confirmed. We almost did it. We almost recorded it today. It almost happened, and then it was like it didn't end up working out. So we need good vibes.
Oh, Deuce.
And by the way, we got to give love to Marc Spears when he gets on the show.
Yeah.
Because let's give him this love. It's a busy day. There's been one national media guy who's been on the Kings since the summertime.
It's true.
He told us Keegan Murray's special. He said the Kings are making the playoffs, and look at what everyone laughing at him. Oh,
I laughed at him.
Yeah, Brooke, Logan actually said he's down to come on with us again. And I'm just like, yeah, we'll see, Logan, man. We'll see. I'd like them to come on for a night chat.
Logan who?
Webb.
Oh yeah.
No, Logan Paul, WWE superstar.
I was thinking that. I was like, what? Marc hasn't texted me in a while, but it's funny. I text him. Been watching you on TV. LOL.
Okay. Well, you know what? When he's here, he's here. And
Yeah.
then we'll it's not like there's a shortage of topics today to talk about.
Dude, this is fun. What?
How come no one's mentioned my awesome shirt that Morgan got me?
I did. You're
Christmas
welcome.
gift. Kelsey Plum.
My fave.
Support women's sports.
What's bad is I thought it looks a lot like a Selena shirt that I have. And I'm like, I don't know if Deuce can do that.
No, it's Kelsey
And
Plum.
I was getting ready to like be kind of angry about it.
Kelsey Plum is a hooper.
Dude, super teams in the WNBA. You got the Las Vegas Aces now with Candace Parker.
There's a slight,
What?
If I did meet Kelsey one day,
Yeah.
I think there's a chance we fall for each other. Like, we love basketball.
Can I be honest? We know that you would fall for her, but her falling for you, like,
Morgan, look at my
look
smile.
at you.
Look at my smile.
Now, can you lie?
Like dweeb, man. Come on.
Okay. Text a number just in case.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
I'm Christopher Ladd with your Sactown Sports headlines. It was announced yesterday that Kings big man Sabonis has been named to the NBA All-Star Game. Unfortunately, De'Aaron Fox was not voted in by the coaches and as of right now will not play in the exhibition. The Athletics' Shams Charania is reporting that the Nets guard Kyrie Irving has requested a trade and he would like to move before the February 9th trade deadline or he will leave in free agency in the offseason. The Kings are back in action today against the Indiana Pacers in a battle of all-stars. Sabonis will play in Indiana for the first time since his trade to the Kings, and Tyrese Halliburton is coming off of a 26-12 game against the Lakers yesterday. Unfortunately, the Kings will be without De'Aaron Fox, who is out for personal reasons. You can listen to games starting with game night at 2:30 and tip-off scheduled for 4 right here on Sactown Sports. It is 1 o'clock. Time to check out Coastside Medical Clinic, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men. Now more of Deuce and Mo.
Live and local.
It's Deuce and Mo.
Watch the show now on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140 or listen for free on the Sactown Sports app.
What a day it's been. And coming up in just a little bit, we just heard from Marc J. Spears. He's been doing TV on ESPN all day because of the breaking news in the NBA just a couple hours ago. Kyrie Irving has demanded a trade from the Brooklyn Nets. Where could he be going? Some speculate, LA. Could it be Dallas? Ooh, or could it be Phoenix? Could Chris Paul be going to Brooklyn? Or Luka needs help.
He does.
Could Kyrie Irving be the guy that helps the Dallas Mavericks? All we know is the trade deadline's next Thursday. We're going to be live for it with instant reaction on NBA trade deadline day. But the reality of the situation is it is getting wild in the NBA. A day after NBA All-Star reserves were announced, De'Aaron Fox does not get in. Sabonis does get in. A lot of people surprised by Jaren Jackson Jr. So we got trade rumors. We got a big game tonight. Marc J. Spears just shot Morgan a text and said, hey, I need 10 minutes. I got to catch my breath. I just wrapped up on ESPN before I come on with you guys.
Dude, he grinds. He just grinds. He had a piece come out last night. He's been doing TV all day, coming on with us.
Also, can you believe it, Morgan?
What?
On the YouTube feed, youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140, we reached over 300 thumbs up today.
What?
What does that mean?
What does it mean?
The 300 thumbs up celebration. Thumbs up. What a moment as we approach 400.
The Ellen dance.
Trying to go back to back. Appreciate you guys being here. Let's get to 400 because it helps the channel grow. So people know we are live and local from 6 a to 6 p Monday through Friday right here on Sactown Sports. Also on the radio, 1140 a.m. Sactown Sports app as well. So we got a lot to go over this hour. Let's check in with our buddy, everybody's favorite, Back on the program today, we welcome in Coach Nick. Hey,
Yeah!
What's up, Deuce and Mo?
Oh, man, what is up? How do you feel, man? How do you feel about Fox not making the All-Star team?
Well, I feel bummed out about it because Foxy should have gone.
Yeah, I agree with you, man.
You're right, Nick. You're right. If you were De'Aaron Fox's coach and he didn't get into the All-Star game, what would you be telling him right now?
I feel like, you gotta play better defense.
Whoa. So you're going to challenge him a little bit.
Yes, I am.
Wow.
Nick. Tough love, man. I appreciate it, though. Are you excited to see the Kings take on the Pacers tonight?
Yes, and the Pacers lost yesterday from the Los Angeles Losers.
Oh, snap!
Nick is on fire. So what do you think about tonight, man? How are you feeling about the game tonight? De'Aaron Fox is not playing, but you do have Sabonis. Halliburton is questionable for tonight's game. How are you feeling about this game, man?
I feel like that we can win tonight. We get a win tonight. Get your win tonight. Go 30 wins.
Oh, 30 wins. I'm glad Nick brought 30 wins. It is kind of crazy to think about, Morgan.
Yeah.
That if the Kings win tonight, they match last season's win total. Isn't that crazy?
I remember Friday's a big day. You had all the All-Star announcements. You have the Kings taking on the Pacers with Tyrese Halliburton possibly playing. And then it could be the 30th, you said?
Yeah,
30th win.
I mean, there was a year, there's a stretch of Kings basketball. It was like every year they win 28 games, maybe 30. And here we are in early February talking about the Kings getting 30 wins. That's crazy. It's crazy.
So yesterday at my mom's house, I bought the shirts, like the beam shirts.
Oh, okay. That's cool, Nick.
Hopefully they light the beam tonight, Nick. We'll talk to you later, okay?
We need to fire the laser.
Fire the laser. Sleep beams.
Sleep beams.
Okay. Thanks for your enthusiasm, Nick. We really appreciate it.
Love that guy.
This day's just been insane with this Kyrie stuff. It's like now I've got the alerts on. Now we're on edge now for the trade deadline. Like we
in a good way.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What do you think would be the best landing spot for Kyrie? I do think it'd probably make most sense just to go with the Lakers.
Yeah.
They're trying to win the just let him go there.
Deuce, it makes the most sense. I don't like that no matter what, it elevates the Lakers. It would. With what they have right now, it would elevate them. Kyrie Irving, no matter how you feel about him, just an incredible basketball player, not an incredible teammate, right? But if you look at the other places, Dallas, let's just because a lot of these are Western Conference teams, actually. So let's go to Dallas. Put Kyrie in that situation. What do they have to give up? Doesn't matter. I mean, Luka is the team anyway, which no offense to Spencer Dinwiddie.
I feel like Christian Wood would be a part of that trade.
And that's it. So then you lose one of your main bigs for you offensively, especially at times defensively, you question his effort and all of that. But it's just very interesting how Kyrie would elevate different teams. You put him in Phoenix. What does that do for you?
I mean, a Booker Kyrie backcourt's intriguing for sure. The vibes in Phoenix have been weird this year, dating back to the offseason.
Yeah.
Ayton didn't want to go back there.
Right.
He wanted to go to Indiana. Like that was a place he really thought he was going. Well, that's not going to happen now. And so I think the relationship with Monty Williams, I mean, even what happened last year in Game 7 in Dallas. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to think about that. I think the Dallas one is intriguing because Luka getting another guy that can handle to take some pressure off of him.
Totally.
But another guy that can get you a bucket. I think there are too many times it's like Luka's got to go out there and score 40 plus, maybe 50, like he's done it 4 times this season. Or it's, hey, Hardaway came up big tonight. Dinwiddie came up big. Yep. The Dallas Mavericks actually knocked down threes tonight. It's just not conducive to me to long-term success. And when you talk about the playoffs, you're like, hey, man, Luka can't just do it by himself.
So Dallas comes to Sacramento on I don't even know what day it is. Either way, whenever Dallas comes to Sacramento, could they look like a different team? This is crazy.
Yeah,
The tech.
really crazy. All right, let's bring him in. I'm so glad he's here. What a busy day. We need to
Dude.
give this guy a lot of love. One,
Yes.
he's been riding with us for a long time. Two, this is the one national media member that's been on the Kings for a long time.
A long time.
Not hopping on now when they're the number 3 seed. He was telling his ESPN colleagues on national TV, like, this Kings team's good. They're making the playoffs. He told us Keegan Murray's special. Let's welcome him into the show. It's ESPN's Marc J. Spears. What's up, Marc?
I like that.
Yeah.
Anytime I walk in a room, I need to play that loud, you know?
Hell yeah. I'll give
clip
you a good
it.
intro all the time, dude. Marc, what a crazy day in the NBA. I mean, we had All-Stars announced last week, Kyrie Irving stuff happening. Man, it's hard to catch your breath with all
I
of
just
it.
did a quick change. If anybody just saw me on TV, man, I got rid of the makeup. This is my natural look, you know?
Ooh, his
and
natural look.
you know, got a facial. I look good today. I took off the suit. I was like, let me throw on something comfortable.
You got to wear the San Jose Spartan gear for sure, man.
Yeah, of course, man. David Patrick would be mad at me.
Hey, he's got that Sac State program going in the right direction.
Shout out to David Patrick.
Yeah.
He ain't sent me no swag yet.
Oh, come on.
You'll rock it though, right?
Yeah. And I already told y'all the story about how I could have played at Sac State. But
Yes, you did. Oh my God, that's insane.
Man.
You could have been just an iconic
They would have had a
for life.
Marc J. Spears statue
Yeah,
outside.
outside.
Nah, they can't afford that.
All right, before we jump to the Kings, we gotta ask you, man, this Kyrie stuff. It seems like it came out of nowhere, but it's kind of what the Nets have had to deal with a little bit. You're hearing so many teams in the mix. The Lakers, the Mavs have been mentioned. The Suns have been mentioned. What's your kind of read on Kyrie Irving demanding a trade from the Brooklyn Nets?
I mean, it basically tells me that the contract extension that the Nets offered him is something that he didn't like. I'm sure there was a lot of stipulations in there in terms of, games played, expectations in terms of, what they need from him on a daily basis, that I'm sure he probably felt put him in a box that he didn't appreciate. And so, because I did hear that the Nets did offer something, but perhaps those stipulations is something that he didn't like, and he decided he wanted to try to move on a week before. From what I'm being told, like, there is interest, and, is there a lot of interest? I don't know. It's one of those things too, like, as long as you can get two people bidding against each other, maybe you get something. But right now, GMs are telling me like they'll probably get role players back or expiring contracts. I heard the Lakers, but a GM told me, well, they don't think the Nets are interested in Westbrook. So if that's not the case then anymore. So if that's not the case, then the Lakers thing won't happen. I've heard Dallas, I've heard Chicago, I've heard Miami. Didn't hear Suns. That was a new one, but obviously you throw the Suns in there because there was some interest in the Suns before, right? And if I'm the Nets, man, I'd try to figure out a way to move forward.
Yes,
I agree. I think there's especially with his contract expiring, it's like it's not going to work there. You still have talent on that team. Like, trade them for role players and see what you can do.
Wait, and Marc, that's going off of that though, really quick. Is that other teams when they do look at Kyrie because there's some interest there? Is it kind of intriguing that his contract is expiring, or is it more on the other side of things where it's scary and they don't have that commitment going forward?
I think he's such a good player. You obviously want to re-sign him, right? And then perhaps if it's the right team, you could work out a contract extension before, but there's certainly a risk involved. As one GM told me, like, it's just, I really like him as a player, but there's just too much baggage that comes with it. So that's what you got to weigh. I think I don't see a young team like a Orlando or getting involved in this, because you need a veteran locker room. I think you need Kyrie in a place where he thinks he can win too. If I'm being novice, fantasy GM here, who I would call?
Who?
I would call the Toronto Raptors. And, because Fred VanVleet's also in an expiring situation. But to play in Brooklyn, to play with Kevin, I could see Fred being open-minded to going to Brooklyn, wanting to be there. It's a bigger market for him. I think Kevin would love playing with Fred. And also, I could see Masai being a guy that perhaps can be a GM that could get the best this Masai Ujiri out of Kyrie and figure out a way for him to sign. So, in terms of places where it could fit, like can Luka and Kyrie play together? I don't know. Pat Riley and Kyrie, maybe if there's somebody that can figure out that puzzle to make it work, it's Pat Riley, right? But LeBron James did leave there too. So, but the Nets would get Kyle Lowry, which is a veteran guy who's won. I don't know, man. I think Dallas is probably desperate enough to try. And remember that Nico Harrison, the general manager of the Mavericks, is a former Nike guy.
Yeah, so he knows Kyrie pretty well.
I'm guessing that he has a really good relationship with Kyrie from their Nike days, and that he could like figure it out with him. So I'm gonna keep an eye on Dallas. I really am, because I think Cuban's got enough guts to try to make that kind of deal.
Yeah.
So if I had to, but it's like, well, for who? Like, if you're Brooklyn, who on Dallas that you could get is exciting.
I was mentioning maybe
Luka, like who else? Right?
Christian Wood, but I mean, that doesn't really excite you at this point? I mean, his deal's expiring too, so that's interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah.
Hey, so All-Stars were announced. Sacramento Kings fans, of course, were like, oh, Sabonis, Fox, they're both going to be in. Sabonis gets in, not a surprise. Fox does not get in, man. That really surprised me. Were you surprised by it?
I was stunned. I was
Ooh.
stunned. I wish I was in the room, there's no room with all the coaches. They all vote separately. And I wonder if they thought, if Denver can't get 2, why should Sacramento get 2? But you got to remember, they're not in the room together. The coaches in each respective conference, maybe you guys can ask Mike Brown about the process. They do it separately typically with their coaching staff. I think they had to turn it in on Monday.
Okay.
And I was a little surprised by Markkanen over Fox. Not that Markkanen's not had a great year, but Utah hasn't played well in a while.
What about Jaren Jackson Jr.?
That surprised me as well.
Yeah.
But Memphis is playing great.
Yeah.
And he's statistically, you can make an argument that he's Defensive Player of the Year. So maybe he's like this year's Draymond Green pick, so to speak, right? From a defensive standpoint. But ultimately, I wish we could see the stats. I'm like, okay, was Fox the last guy? What about Anthony Edwards? Who, if Anthony Edwards made it, I wouldn't have been surprised too. He's averaging 23 points a game, a spectacular player. The one thing to keep an eye on, and I don't know if you guys are following this, right? I'm guessing you might have, but if not, I'm going to say it, forgive me. I don't think Zion's playing.
Yes. Definitely following this.
And so I was in New Orleans last week, and he was very non-committal about playing in the game or giving a prediction. And I also think if he's going to play in this game, he's got to play soon, man, like for New Orleans. Like, you can't be showing up 2 days, one game before the All-Star break just so you can play an All-Star game. That's right now, I think he's really protective of his rep and how that looks. And New Orleans is struggling and needs him bad. So if he just shows up right before the All-Star game so he could play. But the one thing to think about there is CJ McCollum has had an all-star caliber year, and sometimes because the commissioner picks, right?
No, Commissioner Silver. You need to get on the phone with Silver and say, "Don't do that." And I'm with you. CJ had a good
Let me
run.
finish. I'm
Okay.
just telling you guys. I'm keeping it honest with you guys.
I appreciate it.
And I saw Morgan knows what I'm about to say. That's why she I just feel like I just crushed all her dreams all of a sudden.
Say it.
I'm just keeping it honest with the people of Sacramento. Okay, CJ McCollum is a Pelicans player. Oftentimes when there's a replacement, it could be a guy from the same team. CJ McCollum has had a really good season. He's a big reason why the Pelicans are even in a position, a top 8 position now. Maybe they fell out a little bit, or
they've only lost 10 in a row.
Hey.
Yeah. True. But before then, they were playing good without a lot of people. Their record should be much worse, right? Also, CJ is president of the National Basketball Players Association. So you didn't think about that, huh?
I did not think about that. You got a new CBA coming down the line. Silver trying to kiss up to CJ.
And he's gonna be in Salt Lake City anyways because he has to be there for a CBA meeting.
Okay, so maybe Sabonis needs to sit out.
I'm doing a diary with CJ.
Oh man!
So I talked to CJ about, he's like, CJ really wants to make the team, and he's gonna be in Salt Lake, and so oftentimes with these things, it could get sentimental for the commissioner.
Or political.
Yeah, I'm calling it political. I do want to ask you about
So
that. So
I say all this to say, if Zion does not play, I think it's between CJ, Edwards, and Fox.
Okay. We'll keep an eye on that.
Yeah.
We'll keep an eye on that. Trade deadline's coming up. I know some Kings fans are wondering, hey, are the Kings going to make any moves? You were really high on the Kings before the season. Are you even surprised at how well things have gone for them? And do you think they should look to make a move at the deadline?
No.
Oh.
I think the one thing is, I would say for team success in the postseason, there's 3 things that have to happen. 1, you need to obviously be good, right? 2, you have to have luck. But the third thing is you have to be healthy. And that is, the Kings have probably been healthier than any team in the West. Am I wrong?
No,
they have.
You're totally right about that.
Yes, I would say Sabonis he's hurt, but he's playing through it. Keegan's hurt playing through it. But yeah, for sure. They haven't missed games.
And so, I mean, the key to me is, I think the Kings are in a position now where in the buyout market, they could get somebody.
I agree.
And
I love
so
it.
maybe you don't need to do anything major. You just need to add to it. Like when I covered the Celtics, and I'm listening. I'm actually about to post a story at the same time, so I got like 8 things going on. When I covered the Celtics and they won in 2008, they added 2 guys late out the buy-in group. It was PJ Brown and Sam Cassell. Both of them played an integral part, and neither one of them started, but they played an integral part in helping the Celtics win a championship. PJ Brown sparked a win in the finals. Sam was just you had a young point guard in Rondo, and Sam helped lead him there. So to me, I think if the Kings are lacking anything, it's some more vets on the bench.
Okay.
And so, with all due respect to your, the guy that's going up and back from the G League to, to some of those guys, and if there are some vets that you could add to the bench, to take some weight off Sabonis, take some weight at Fox, help Fox navigate what the postseason will be like, I add those players.
Yeah, I think that's probably the smart play for sure.
Yeah, we keep talking about that being the
What,
way
you want
that the
Kyrie?
Kings
Is
could
that
go.
what you're saying?
You do not start that narrative, Mark Spears.
The Kings have an all-star in Fox, right? So they don't need him.
Well, let's hope so. Let's see what happens.
Mark, we appreciate you joining us, and also I know Kings fans, dude. Kings fans really love you. You were on before anybody.
But I'll tell Kings fans this. I wasn't saying that just to like.
I know.
We know.
Hope to get a free meal at Polanco. What's it called? Polanco.
And the Doco.
Yeah. Or you get a free steak at the hotel next door, right? I really believe that. I saw it last season. I saw it the first game that Sabonis and Fox played together. That pick and roll, the way Fox hugged him after that first game, I saw it. And then it's funny, I was telling somebody the summer league press conference was Monk and Herter, right? I think it was us two, us three, and it might have been 5 of us there in this room that fit 500, right? Nobody was paying attention to it. But I went to the press conference and I'm like Keegan Murray is a dog, right? He's going to be a beast in this league. Then you had these two vets add to this pot that they got. Mitchell, I was like, Holmes in a better position where he could just be an energy guy. Harrison Barnes, your third or fourth offensive option. I'm like, they're going to be good. And I know Mike real well. I knew he was going to build a foundation just like he did with the Nigerian team. It was a calculated guess by me, but I don't say that just to throw something on a wall and hope it sticks. I really believe that.
No, we knew. And, we talked about it in the offseason a little bit, or I guess
and
before
let me tell
the season.
Sacramento, I deserve a free glass of wine.
Yep.
Because
I got you.
I took some heat. and it didn't happen yet. It's not done yet. Let's see what happens. But they laughed at me. They ridiculed me. They made me look like I was a jester, a fool.
Hey, you're getting a bottle, Mark J. Spears.
We're getting him a barrel.
If this team so as much as makes the playoffs, I promise I will be at that game.
Yes. We're all going to be buying you wine.
Fans don't see me and say, respect, bro. Respect.
Mark, we do respect. We appreciate you joining us, man. We really appreciate it, man. I know you're busy, so thanks for carving out some time, and we'll catch up with you again soon. Hopefully, we see you at a game soon.
I'm gonna be waiting for my drink.
All right, deal.
All right.
Deal. We'll get Mark J. Spears his wine, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. We appreciate him, and he has been on it since the start. He not only said it once, he tripled down on this.
Dude, he did. We were talking about him. We were talking to him on the podcast, and he just kept talking about it with so much confidence. And look, he's right.
Could be right about him making the playoffs too. All right, coming up next, we'll get you closer to Kings and Pacers. Thanks so much for joining us. It's Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports. Hey. Oh, okay. I forgot that I'll do the read coming out. The new read. Hey, also, we did it. We just went back to back 400 thumbs up days, Chris.
Wait, are we waiting?
Yeah, but I'm just letting them know.
This is amazing.
That's awesome.
Dude, Mark Spears,
I got tinkle.
he's doing 100 billion things, just coming off of TV, finishing up a story with his editors. That guy grinds. Everyone, buy him a glass of wine. Get him a room.
Get him a steak.
Get him a steak. Whatever the man needs. He deserves it. Oh, it's tinkle time. Chris doing a million things. It's tinkle time. I needed that. Thank you so much. Dude, you guys, thank you so much, everyone that's been here all day with us. Appreciate you. 400 likes smashed. Seriously, dude, you guys are what is this? So awesome. Let's see. I'm reading some of your comments. King Gibby says 50 Cent might get upset if we trade Alex, meaning Alex Len, I'm sure. Yes, on NBC Sports California, Matt Barnes and I had the opportunity to interview 50 Cent. And if you didn't see it, I asked him who his favorite Kings player was to watch. And he said, Alex. And I said, what? Alex Len? And he said, yes. He described him, how he plays, and he was describing Keegan Murray, but I was not going to correct 50 Cent on
It would be
television.
great if on social media he's just like, big props to Alex Len on his second rookie conference.
Dude,
award.
he wears an Alex Len jersey to the next game. That would be, I'd be like, okay, he knew who he was talking about. I like to watch him on the bench. No, he did not. I forget how he was wording it, but it was funny. Dude, West Sac Kings fan, got to be honest, the CJ talk to bum me out.
I don't, you know what?
He's got a point though.
I disagree.
It's a good angle.
It's a great angle. It's a great like little conspiracy.
It's conspiracy.
I don't think that's not gonna happen.
Okay.
I don't think it's true. I think CJ, there was a case I was like, oh, he's tracking that way. I think the Pelicans falling apart down the stretch here with all those injuries, I just don't see it.
I sure hope not. I need to download that interview once it's up. Dude, the Kyrie stuff is insane today.
It really is.
And it's so funny. You watch like TV, you see everyone's smiling about it. Like if you're an NBA fan, it's just like, oh, you're giddy. It's fun to talk about.
Epic says, I missed the CJ thing. Marc Spears was suggesting that, in the past years, if like, let's say, for example, Zion missing the game, that they would look to maybe replace him with another member of the Pelicans who is all-star worthy. And he was making the case, CJ's pretty good at times. And then also he highlighted the fact that CJ's also the president of the Players Association and will be in Salt Lake City anyway. So maybe Silver just does that.
Like, knock on wood, hope this doesn't happen. But let's just say Sabonis can't play in the All-Star game for some reason. People would kind of expect that De'Aaron Fox would take his place.
You would think. Yeah, you would think. Sabonis just does. Like, yeah, I'm not playing. Put Fox in.
He does like the Rudy thing and he puts his jersey down in front of the coach. And then he gets mad at the rest of the All-Stars. Hey, where were you guys?
I like the drama.
What's up, Luke? I missed any discussion on this. Do you think the Kings win tonight without Fox? Yeah, we're gonna get to that too. This game's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be. It's not gonna be easy. I think when people see how the Pacers have played without Tyrese Halliburton,
and ironically, the Kings are awful playing against teams that are on their second game of a back-to-back.
Yeah,
it's really strange.
They don't capitalize on tired legs.
They're better on the road and terrible against teams on the second night of a back-to-back.
Can you believe we had 400 thumbs up again?
Dude, that's
huge growth. It just helps the channel grow. Appreciate you guys coming in and out all day long. All the people coming in here to make sure to vote and to hit the thumbs up. It literally does more than you realize. It's not just like a status thing. It's like, no, it just helps this page get more love and attention. So it helps everybody out. It helps all the other shows get noticed too. So I think it's a good thing.
I made that 500 sounder. I still don't.
It's not happening today. No.
We'll get there.
Maybe Monday. Maybe Monday.
Oh, why? What's gonna happen Monday?
Well, if certain big fella shows up on the show,
better get 500 for that.
Yeah.
Hello.
Boom, boom.
Alex Len.
Yeah.
How'd you
imagine? We have a King Center. Welcome to the show, Alex Len.
50 Cent would
I'd
be
like to talk to
so happy.
Yeah.
I'm getting texts that kids and 3-year-olds love the Tinkle Time dance
Tinkle Time
song.
Yeah. Man. Hey, Morgan, we're almost 2 weeks down. Like, how's it feel, man? 5 seconds. Keep it to yourself. We got an update coming up.
The code is HERDS.
Sactown Sports.
Headlines.
Yeah, we're slowing it down to Friday.
I'm Chris Verlad with your Sactown Sports 1:30 chill headlines.
Ooh-wee.
Sabonis is going to the All-Star game without De'Aaron Fox. Shams Charania says Kyrie wants out, or he's walking this summer. Night Kings are playing against the Pacers.
Yeah.
You can catch a game night, 2:30.
Oh,
Tip off.
2:30.
Tip off at 4
Oh, what's that for?
on Sactown Sports. It's 1:30. Time to check out Coastside Medical, who's dedicated to providing breakthrough remedies for men. Now more with Deuce and Mo.
Yes, yes.
Deuce and Mo on Sactown Sports.
Appreciate you guys being here with us on a Friday. How about that chill update from Chris Verla, Deuce Mason, Morgan, Reagan? It's been a busy day in the league talking about NBA All-Star, Kyrie demanding a trade. We got the Kings and Pacers tonight. Shout out to Marc J. Spears for joining the show. Big for him to come through on this busy day. And he came to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline, Morgan.
Thank you so much for coming through the hotline.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Hotline.
No, let me finish.
Okay.
Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Oh, yeah. That's how it goes.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Yeah. Appreciate that. Also, appreciate the YouTube people because we did it. Back-to-back days for the first time in this show's history on Sactown Sports. 400 thumbs up on the YouTube page. 5, 4, 3, this sounds better each and every time. 400.
Turn down for what?
The support means everything.
Turn down for what?
400 thumbs up on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. Appreciate all the love. Morgan is going crazy. Let's stop wasting time. Let's go back to the phones, though.
Not wasting time.
An old friend is on the phone right now.
Okay.
I can't believe he found us here. Willard the Orphan joins us on Sactown Sports.
How?
Willard? Is it this Willard?
Oh, Deuce and Mo, what an absolute pleasure to be with you.
No.
Oh, I'm just caught off guard right now. I can't believe what. Where have you been?
Oh, sir, I've been ever since I learned that you two was going to have a radio program, sir, I got to work. Building a radio, sir. I got 2 pieces of aluminium foil, a spoon and a stone. And turns out that's all you need to get AM radio, sir.
Okay. You know it's more than a radio show, Willard. All right, we're on. Have you heard of YouTube?
I have not heard of YouTube, sir. What is that?
It's tough to explain. I don't know if you heard the news, too, about Sabonis getting in the All-Star game. Fox did not make the All-Star team.
No, sir. I cried myself to sleep last night, I did. I cry myself to sleep most nights because I am a poor British orphan after all. But last night I shed quite a few extra tears for our boy De'Aaron. It's not right, sir. It's not right that dreaded Halliburton, sir.
Oh my God. Well, speaking of Halliburton, you know the Kings are taking on the Pacers tonight. Halliburton is questionable at the moment, but how are you feeling about tonight's game?
Mo, I couldn't be more excited to see that dreaded Halliburton. And who gets off wearing the number 0 twice? That's what I think.
So you're just not a
Have a proper number and go out there and you know what he should do is pass the ball more. That's what he should do. That he's a selfish player. He is, that Halliburton.
He does lead the NBA in assists.
Does he now? Well, that must be a fluke. We'll see by the end of the year, then, won't we, sir? I could not be more excited for our Kings season. I couldn't, Deuce and Mo. I tell you what, Mo, I know you get on Deuce, Master Deuce, quite a bit for being mean, but he came to my orphanage at the beginning of the year, and you know what he did?
What did he do? What did he do?
He said he was buying courtside seats for everyone at my British orphanage, Miss Mo. The very first playoff game, He's going to buy all 35 of us courtside seats. I can't wait to be in the Golden One Center.
When did you make that promise, Deuce?
I don't, you know what? Willard proved that I
Oh,
did.
he did all right. He was there. He said looked at every one of our watery, crying little eyes as we had our hats in our hand, and he said, "I'll bring you with me," he said.
Oh, my God.
Thank you, Master Deuce.
You're screwed.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully it ends better than the time I took you to the circus.
Oh, that's right. Yes, that was quite unfortunate. But yes, I don't know if you know this, Mo, but one time Master Deuce took me to the circus, and I don't know. You want me to tell the story, Master Deuce?
You might as well tell it. Tell it.
Yes, well, he said that we was going to the circus, and I was real excited because I bit my funnel cake and corn on the cob, and I see that ringmaster with the lion tamer, and I just couldn't wait to see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he took me to the big place with the big striped tent, and he said, "Go inside, and I'll pick you up in an hour." And I said, "All right." And I went inside to the big striped tent, and there was no one around. And it looked like it was someone's house that was covered in a big striped tent, and there was fumes and big smelly stuff everywhere, and signs that said "keep out."
Wait.
And I said, "This is quite a weird circus, it is."
Is it?
But I went anyway.
Is he talking about the tents that people put on when they get the bugs all sprayed out? And you thought it was,
fumigation, I guess.
and you
Yeah.
told him that was a
That was-
circus, and that's where you sent him?
I don't appreciate any of this, Willard. But hopefully the Kings get a win tonight.
Me too, sir. And I hope to never go to a circus again. So that was a dreadful experience, let me tell you. But go Kings, and go you two. My radio's coming in loud and clear. AM radio. You can pick it up on anything these days, sir. This is fantastic.
Oh, Willard. Good for Willard to make an appearance today.
Some people are calling Willard the MVP on the YouTube chat right now. Brent says Deuce's little dribblers. That's who you're supporting, I guess.
Good old Willard.
Wow.
All right. Coming up next, we preview Kings Pacers. A little different preview than what Willard provided. That's next on Sactown Sports.
How did Willard find us?
Oh.
He made an AM radio. Oh my God.
Let's get the 450 thumbs up before we get on out of here.
Mike says, Will Legend.
Definitely a legend.
You guys, I'm dead. That's great. Really glad he found us.
How are you feeling about the game? Are you nervous, man?
I'm okay.
You're okay.
I keep going back and forth. I think it really depends on so this is my mindset. I think it depends on obviously if Tyrese Halliburton's playing or not, but I hope the Kings mindset is just like whatever their game plan is, whether he's in or not, it remains the same. Whoever is trying to take up the ball, why can't I think of his name?
TJ McConnell?
Yes, TJ McConnell. I'm like TJ. So even if it is TJ McConnell, someone that doesn't necessarily this huge playmaker like Tyrese Halliburton has been for them, but can still just manage the game, I want your game plan to remain the same, to remain aggressive even on him, disrupt, just get the deflections up there, put the pressure on.
Halliburton, I just looked too. The latest injury report has him questionable tonight. And I guess the big thing here is wondering, it's second half of back-to-back. The Pacers played last night. He's just coming off the injury. Do they allow him to play tonight? I think if it were up to Halliburton, he's playing.
He'd play.
He's 100% playing.
Yeah.
But, Steph Curry mentioned this the other day with load management. People think it's the players. It's like, no, a lot of times it's the medical staff saying you're not playing. We have to sit you. So
I would think, though, with an arm injury, you're not worried about his conditioning so much like you would with different injuries.
It's his knee too.
Oh, yeah,
It's like, but I forgot to mention his arm earlier. It's like he's
wearing
up.
a brace on that elbow.
He's had plenty of time off.
I agree, Chris. Put him in, coach.
Is he gonna have an off night
if you know what I'm out?
You know what? I think we just did. You just bite the mic?
I just hit my tooth up against it.
That's scary. Could you imagine you chipped it? That'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome.
Then we'd get
for the
it
show.
on,
Yeah, I mean, it would have been funny.
Well, I mean, if the camera was a little bit more clear, then we'd have a better shot of it. But ooh.
Oh, Kendrick Perkins says, this is Kyrie Irving, a guy that you cannot trust. This is supposed to be MJ Day, and we're here dealing with Kyrie again. Okay, a couple of things.
MJ Day.
Let's settle down with it's supposed to be MJ Day
What?
because it's 2/3/23, and but he's acting like it's a real. I mean, it's a cool hey, let's talk MJ or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did wear 45 too. Can we?
I was going to say it should be January 3rd, 2045.
Also, he wore the number 6 for a game. People don't remember that
Wait,
one.
February
that wasn't his.
3rd.
That wasn't his.
You meant February 3rd?
What did I say?
You said January 3rd.
Oh yeah, February.
I was like,
3rd.
wait, I don't know.
No, in 2045, January is the second month.
But also, why is Kendrick Perkins getting emotional saying that this is MJ Day as if it's like as if it's like a real day, as if like
it's a day you will never forget.
Yeah, this is supposed to be MJ Day, and Kyrie's doing this.
I'll
As if
never
Michael Jordan died today.
forget where I was on MJ Day 2023, obviously. Never.
It's Deuce and Mo.
On Sactown Sports.
I love sports media sometimes. It's just like there's so much happening in the world, and you're like forced to have some sort of reaction. And sometimes it's over the top, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's like, well, we need new opinions, instantaneous. We got to go on Twitter. We got to go on TV. I got to have an opinion. What's your opinion? Well, of course, Kyrie Irving demands a trade today, and a lot of people are going, man, this guy's kind of selfish. You can't trust the guy. Where is he going to land?
Mhm.
Is he going to go to Dallas, LA, Phoenix, Miami, Toronto? All of these teams being mentioned. Kendrick Perkins' take today was, and this is Kyrie Irving, a guy that you cannot trust. This is supposed to be MJ Day, and we're here dealing with Kyrie Irving again. Okay, so I don't know if anyone knew that today is MJ Day for Michael Jordan because it's 2/3/23. It's February 3rd, and it's the year 2023. He wore 23, so it's MJ Day. But Kendrick Perkins is acting like this is some sort of insult to MJ Day,
Yes.
a made-up day.
He had me until he said this is supposed to be MJ Day.
No, it's not.
It's
not.
Is it though supposed to be? And it's not like Kyrie looked at his calendar and said, on this day in 2023, oh man, I'm gonna mess some stuff up for everyone out there.
MJ Day is like Star Wars Day. It's just like, it's just like a dumb
It's just
thing.
not. It's just a dumb thing, and it just happened to be
Well,
Tuesday.
that did.
And ESPN's going, "Hey, what can we talk about today? It's a Friday in the NBA. Oh, dude, let's do an MJ thing because it's 2/3/23 MJ Day."
But then other stuff happens, and it's like, hey, it's not real. MJ Day is just gonna push to the side.
Also, this makes us look really stupid in the United States
Oh.
because the rest of the world,
Well.
it's not 2/3/23. It's 3/2/23.
That's a good point. Simone really liked that. Simone, that about floored Simone.
That's cute.
That's hilarious.
I love it.
So Kings and Pacers tonight from Indiana. It's a 4 p.m. tip-off. You can,
Yeah.
of course, hear the game on Sactown Sports. I don't know how to feel about this game. You know, Tyrese Halliburton, I mean, I think a lot hinges on this, right? Because we know De'Aaron Fox is not playing tonight. He's out due to personal reasons. So, you know, not having Fox is significant. The Pacers have been struggling big time, but they were struggling mostly when Tyrese Halliburton was out, right? He got hurt. They went 1-9 during the stretch. He came back last night against the Lakers. They lost that game. Tyrese is really good. He's coming off an injury with the elbow and the knee. He is questionable for tonight's game. If Tyrese is able to go, I think it's going to be a good game tonight. I think it's going to be a close one because that team's just so much better with him. They play with more energy. They play with more pace. It's just a good team with them.
They are, and that's what makes me a little bit more nervous when Tyrese is out there. But if Tyrese isn't out there, you still have other guys on this squad that have shown that they're good at basketball, but they're obviously just so much better with Tyrese. Like what Tyrese brings out of them, being an assist leader in this league, making everyone around him better. But you look at Miles Turner, and you know he's someone who can get his and stretch the floor on the outside.
Another guy that is better when Tyrese is there. And
True.
This game has some meaning tonight. Like,
I know
these two teams already played in Sacramento, and all that back then was about Buddy Hield and Tyrese coming back to Sacramento, the emotions that come with it. Buddy got booed here. Tyrese was cheered. Tyrese was really hurt by the trade. I think tonight it's less about that, but there's storylines galore still. Tyrese Halliburton was just named an All-Star yesterday. Domantas Sabonis named for the third time as an All-Star, his first with the Sacramento Kings. Kings trying to win their 30th game this year. Significant because they won 30 all of last season. And then you have the dynamic of Sabonis going back to Indiana for the first time, a place where he matured and grew into an NBA All-Star.
I have one more for you.
Yeah.
How about the Ben Mathurin and Keegan Murray angle?
Hey.
You got rookies galore at this one. I mean, there are a lot of fun angles to this game. Like whether we're making some more dramatic than the others, it doesn't matter. This is a fun game. No De'Aaron Fox in there, and there's still we always say, oh, it's a true test. It's a true test. But truly, when you're the Kings, what is your identity without De'Aaron Fox? We've already asked that without Domas Sabonis. We've been worried at times. And then when you see other guys pick up the pieces, you start to believe they just have to have that locked in type mindset on both ends of the floor. They need that chaotic energy from Malik Monk to be on a controlled level tonight.
Yeah, and Malik's got to play like he has been playing, which is super important. But I think the thing that gets lost in that is, he does that sometimes with Fox on the floor, and having Fox on the floor allows this Kings offense to function at a different rate because of all the pressure he can put on an offense with his play. Like Fox has been playing at an all-star level this year. Tonight really is I think a great chance for Davion Mitchell, who the last couple of games has played like a combined 25 minutes. And I've seen what he can do defensively this year. I'm curious what he can do running a team tonight. I'm curious if he can get his offensive game going a little bit.
He started in all 3 games that Fox has missed this season. So we're expecting him to be that starter, right? Like he's the backup point guard. He was scoreless in that last game, but also didn't play. He played very few minutes against the San Antonio Spurs, a game that we wanted the Kings to blow them out. So you were playing guys like Davion and Deli and allowing them to get their minutes. I think you look at tonight, just like you said, we know what he can do on the defensive end, but you look at him offensively, he's got to look to be aggressive. And that doesn't mean being aggressive to score. That means being aggressive as the point guard to create, to find the open man. And if you guys are missing those shots from the outside like you have been, you got to make sure you just keep taking it into the rack, playing with your bigs and playing in that pick and roll and getting those short mid-range shots.
How are you feeling?
It's funny. You've asked me so many times today, but each time my mood has changed. Like at first it was very confident, and then it was like, oh, Tyrese questionable. I kind of want him to play. I kind of don't want him to play. I just want the win. Now I'm to the point where we've seen the Kings play on the second nights of back-to-back, teams that are playing on their second night of the back-to-backs and Kings go up against them. For some reason, it looks like the opposite. The Kings looked a little bit more fatigued at times, or their shots weren't falling. And the team that actually has the tired legs somehow pushes through it. They have a different mentality through it. And so for the Kings tonight, I just need them to really look at this team and go, oh yeah, we got to capitalize on their second night of a back-to-back. They are still trying to find out what their identity is without Tyrese Halliburton. We can do this.
I'm getting fired up for it.
Oh, good.
I hope Tyrese play tonight.
So you want Tyrese to play. You don't want
make your prediction.
Oh no.
Make your prediction. Who you got? Kings Pacers.
My heart, my brain. Okay, actually, my heart, my brain both want the Kings and believe that the Kings will get the win.
I think the Kings are going to win. It's going to be uncomfortably close.
Ooh.
It is. It's going down to the wire, and it's going to get scary.
What if it came down to a Tyrese Halliburton game winner or a Buddy Hield game winner? Which one would you rather have? Not
have actually happen?
Yes, no, a Buddy Hield game winner or a Tyrese Halliburton
and
game
it goes
winner?
in. They win the game.
They win the game. I know they both hurt. Which one?
Buddy Hield.
Chris?
Buddy.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
The worst case scenario would be Tyrese tying the game to force it into overtime, and then Buddy, not even Buddy getting the game winner, but just going off in the fourth quarter.
That.
Not the fourth quarter, overtime.
Yeah, this is all.
You don't have to get stressed. It's not here yet.
I'm
Moya.
so stressed.
You don't have to get stressed out about it.
My anxiety is just like.
I mean, the real thing too is like, and we're not going to speculate about. I mean, it's a personal thing with De'Aaron Fox right now. He's missing tonight's game, but it does impact the rest of this road trip. We don't know how long he's going to be out. So if he misses a few games, it's going to be an interesting challenge for the Kings.
Challenging how? Are you thinking like just with
challenging how? De'Aaron Fox not playing is a challenge, man.
Absolutely, it's a challenge, but at the same time, I guess I have a lot. We got into this earlier about this. I have a lot more faith in this second unit stepping up. I have a lot more faith in Sabonis being the leader out there, even without De'Aaron Fox out there. And it's not to say like you don't need De'Aaron Fox. It's just we've now seen people step up, and that's what I'm believing in.
Well, we'll see what it looks like tonight for Kings and Pacers. Coming up, a jam-packed rapid-fire edition of Cattles and Rami, followed by game night. We got the Kings and Pacers. We'll be back Monday at 11 a.m. It's Deuce and Mo. We love you, but we gots to go.
You all have a great rest of your day. See ya!